Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back to the VL League. I'm joined tonight with the wonderful Gubix to actually bring you guys the first playoffs week between the first playoffs week game between Hentai Haven and Warband here for Division 3. How are we feeling?
Uh, Hello, Atro. Yeah, should be a great game. We have two strong teams from each of their groups,
Mm-hmm.
and this game should be a banger. This game should be a banger, given that some of these people have a history in Vale, and some people are, and like Warband is just a new team that is still unbeaten in Vale.
Yep, I've casted Hentai Haven before. It's been a while since I've come here, but I am glad to be back. Um, so I've seen Hentai Haven before. Warband, as you said, it is a new team, so I'm excited to see what they're gonna bring up to the table, what kind of heroes they're gonna go for, compositions, everything. So yeah, I'm just excited to see what's gonna go down. We do have a bit of time though until we actually do start up this draft. So can you walk us through some lineups? Who are we looking at?
Yeah, we have on the blue side, we have Hentai Haven. Oh, we're already in Ban.
Oh, let's go.
All right, so this should be interesting. So Hentai Haven are really known for their spicy picks. Okay,
Yeah, they
uh,
are.
you might see Big their ADC. You know he is ADC, but he might play something totally different that is not an ADC champion. And the same goes for everyone on this team. As for Warband, I haven't seen them play before, but since they didn't lose a single game, I'm expecting some good things from this team.
Is that
We
so?
could
Did they not lose a single game?
not yet. We
Oh.
can see that both bans went out. The Gwen is the first ban for Hentai Haven, while Warband just started with the Zyra support ban.
Yeah, so we're seeing an Akali ban as well. It's all looking pretty decent, I must say, because we are looking up at probably some OTP bans. I don't feel like maybe besides Akali, any of these champions are really banned in the meta currently. Although, what can I say from my gold? You know, just the usual ranking, usual play on the competitive ladder. It's just kind of what I see, and I do believe that some of these bans are definitely OTPs, especially the Aphelios coming in here for OC.
Yeah, they feel this is also like a meta ban because this champion alongside Jinx as an ADC, these are probably the best two ADCs we have in the game at the moment.
Is that so?
Oh,
Do you think so?
yeah, Jinx is almost always first pick and banned in every pro game,
Mm.
and Aphelios is usually the answer to it. And it's interesting to see that Hentai Haven banned the Aphelios, which is usually the answer to Jinx, but they did
Ooh.
not first pick the Jinx, they first picked the Hecarim.
Yes, and I've seen Hentai Haven play around with the Hecarim. It's absolutely lovely, and I can't wait to actually see some turret dives coming in from Oscar. And oh, I think we'll have a lot of fun. But as you said, first pick Jinx coming in here, form Warband. They knew something was up, and once they saw that Hecarim, they were like, okay, let's go with a high damage and also with a high sustain coming in with a Trundle. It's gonna be a lot of team fights, I think, that we're gonna have to look forwards to. Just out of
Yeah,
these few.
definitely solid R1 and R2 from Warband. The Hecarim seems to be the comfort pick, as I said, for the Hentai Haven jungler. And it's one of the top tier junglers at the moment. But is it worth to be on it? Maybe if it's a super comfort pick, then yeah, maybe it is.
I presume it's a
Oh,
super comfort pick, and here we see the Lux Morgana, so either one of these is going mid, or we're gonna have a really interesting bot side.
we're gonna have a very long time of lockdown if any of these Qs hits, either the Luxes or the Morgana.
Oh yeah,
That's
right.
that's gonna be a lot of CC. Like,
Well,
oh,
yeah,
Soraka.
but Warband responds. They say here, okay, that's a lot of CC. That's just a lot of team fights that we're gonna have to go through. So let's just go for full sustain. Let's just protect this Jinx. Now we have a Trundle, we have a Soraka, so bot lane is still looking spicy if we do see a Lux Morgana there.
Yeah. Is this a Soraka mid? Though,
Uh, who knows?
because there are some people out there that starting to play the Soraka on the mid lane as a supportive pick.
Really? I
Yeah.
have not seen anyone play that. I've seen some Soraka top, sure, yeah. She kind of was the big thing going in for season 13, I believe.
Yeah.
But since then, I haven't really seen her being played in any other lane but support.
Definitely into the short lane mages, but so far, based on how Warband play, it's most likely, I just say it's probably going to the support. Although,
Okay.
which one do you see out of these, the Lux and the Morgana? Which one do you think is most likely going to the mid lane? Is it the Lux?
It's probably the Lux, right?
Yeah.
You usually when you see a Morgana in the Lux, you think, okay, well Morgana maybe is gonna go down to the support lane, and if you need her, Lux is gonna go down in the mid, right? But as you said before, Beeg is known for his versatility,
Yeah.
versatility on this ADC role. And he's known to
Mm.
play a lot of stuff, so I'm just not surprised if we do see a Lux Morgana combo on the bot side, and then maybe we see Sam going for something more AD in the mid lane. Because currently, we're just looking at a bunch of AP and a Hecarim.
Yeah,
And a Sejuani, wow, that's a lot of sustain
that's
coming in here, and that's a Trundle top.
that's a Trundle top, yeah.
Hmm,
Is it going to be the Shen?
I don't know, do you think the Shen is a good idea?
The Shen with the Hecarim is a really good combo, as the Hecarim all have access to Jinx, and if there is a Shen ulting with you, then you have two people have access to the Jinx. That's that's a good combo.
Yeah, but I'd say
That's a
this is a very late game scaling comp right here, coming in here from Hentai Haven. Because if they lose this early game, then they cannot get off, especially with
Vayne.
this Vayne. There's a lot
Oh,
of tanks, mind you. There is Trundle, there's Sejuani, and you don't know what Winter J may pick. So,
but Vayne into the Jinx. I
yeah.
feel this lane is going to be a little bit hard for the Vayne. So it's probably going to be Vayne and Lux. We're gonna have Vayne and
Oh.
Lux on the bot side. And the
I.
Ari is the answer into the Lux.
Oh, wow, wait.
Or
So, okay, you were right. Okay, it's Vayne Lux in the bot lane, and we're seeing a Morgana going in for Sam. Wait.
is it?
No. They're
Is it?
switching it around. I'm just getting scared over here because I never know what they're
All
playing.
right. So they have until I think 20 seconds. Whatever order you see in 20 seconds is the order that is going to be in.
Oh my god, imagine. Imagine it just stays like this. It's a
Okay.
Shen jungle.
It is. Wait, is it?
Well, Oscar is currently in the jungle role, and I'm seeing him stay along with the Shen. It's 10 seconds left.
Oh my god, it is Shin.
This is insane, because it's Vayne mid, Shen jungle, and Hecarim top. Going in against the Soraka top.
I think their order is off,
I
because,
think so as well. I hope so.
yeah, I hope so their order is off, because if we have the Vayne on the mid lane, then this should be really spicy.
Oof, yeah, no, it's fine. The order is off. God. Wow.
Okay.
Tubbo is jungle, and Sam is mid laner, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So still, it's still looking good, but Sam is actually playing Vayne in the mid lane against Nari. That's
Hmm.
insane. That's insane because, well, for one thing, I think with abilities, Ari has the advantage, and she currently is the most OP champion in League of Legends, in my opinion. I have a huge win streak with her down in ranked and solo duo. She's just broken right now. She literally has a amazing win rate, and she's pretty easy to pick up as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Winter J would just pop off here in the first like 15 minutes of the match, because that's when Ari excels, when you get to that one shot potential and kind of the mid game, I think. So mid is gonna have to be something that we watch out for, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think Samvit is definitely should be ADC, right? And we have the Morgana on the mid lane. Yeah, for
Oh yeah.
sure.
We got confirmation. Sam is mid laner.
Sam is mid laner.
Yes.
Okay. I guess
Big is playing Morgana ADC.
okay, this is really spicy then. This is really spicy.
It's mega
It
spicy, but
it it should be really difficult for Van to survive this mid lane. I
mm,
don't. I see it being really, really difficult.
but we have
Even
talked a lot about hentai hate on your game. Oh,
uh, Warband comp is probably the one I prefer. They
okay.
have a very solid 5 Steam comp where you just play around the Jinx, you try to peel for her. You have your CC, you have your peel, you have your anti tank abilities, you have ways to catch people with the Aura Charm and the Sejuani CC. And if it goes bad, you just try to scale with the Jinx and try to outrange um, whatever Hentai Haven has in hand.
Well,
Um,
I guess we'll just have to wait and see if your magic words are true, mister, because we're hopping into the game. And, well, I'm just excited to see if there's any weird runes, if there's any interesting positioning that that we haven't gotten right, or that we have gotten perfectly right, if Sam is actually going mid. And just this game, I think, is going to be a crazy start to this best of three. I'm very excited.
yeah, should be great. As you could see here, the order. It's really looking like Samvit is mid. I don't understand. This vein will have probably really difficult time on the mid lane versus the Ari, as it's truly unconventional in this matchup. You usually see the vein mid versus something like a Galio, right?
Right.
Like a tanky pick, but you don't see her versus
A call.
a versus an Ari, for instance.
Ari, not a Kali,
Yeah,
sorry.
it,
But
if this Ari gets level 6, then
yeah.
this matchup is hard.
But she did pick up cleanse. So Sam does have cleanse going in against
Yeah,
that charm for Ari. So if anything goes south, like a bad charm onto him, he can just roll away, use his D key, and just get out of there. But that's like a one-time thing, and Ari's gonna have that ultimate going in for her after level 6. So the mid game is definitely going to be won by Warband, in my opinion, if everything goes according to plan, of course. Maybe we see an early invade coming out of the Shen Hecarim, and since they've already got 2 CCs down, anything could happen. Anything could literally happen.
exactly. Let's just make sure we're on time. What time are you on?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Okay, on 10.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
go. And we're in the game. Let's go.
All
Okay.
right, we have it here.
Yeah, walk us through. Walk us through, Gubix, please.
All right, so on the blue side, we have Hentai Haven with their spicy vein mint pick. We have Hecarim on the jungle. Shen, Oscar playing Shen at the top lane, and we have this CC Forever with the Morgana Lux bot lane. While on the right side we have Warband with uh, I am the OC on the Trundle in top lane. We have Sejuani in the jungle and Winter J with the Ari. We have Old Boy in the Jinx and Cat on the Lux. On the Soraka, sorry.
Yeah, indeed. And we're seeing a standard 5-point defense coming out of both these teams. Looks like everything's going fine and dandy. There's not any weird runes from what I can spot, but an abnormality I think could be called out is that we have Big on the Morgana with the TP. So now Ranio has the heal on
Yeah.
over at his disposition, but Big, I presume he's gonna be more of a roamer in this case.
Yeah. His start is very interesting. He started tier.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're not really going for, I suppose, a kill in the early on. They just want to push waves and probably have prio, and whenever a Q catches, then another Q will just follow.
Well, as we said before, right, I do believe that Hentai Haven are going to focus a lot on the late game, and they're going to try to scale up until then. They're not going to play that aggressively. And look, already Winter J
Yeah.
definitely knows how to play his champion, right? He picked Ari for a reason, and I just got to say that Spirit Blossom skin is chef's kiss. I like it. Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that. The second
look at
time
how
with the
difficult.
W as well.
Yeah, this is brutal for Vayne. Um, we
And
have both junglers hidden toward the bot side of the map, and it's looking like this should get spicy around the scuttle. As on mid lane, we have Winter J. He has the prio for the Sejuani to move first, but on the bot lane, the Jinx and Soraka, they will be stuck under this tower to farm most of this wave. So
yeah, interestingly enough, it looks like the two support combo over here is gonna reign supreme in the wave clearing department, and
yeah,
Morgana is gonna have a blast going in for it. But as you said before, kind of in the mid lane, it's definitely Ari's game, and it makes you wonder why he decided to pick up this vein, especially maybe it was a late game pick and they didn't know what to get, but well, now it's there, and Sam is under tower. Sam just can't do anything until a gang comes on through from Hecarim, which Hecarim is just he's just a herbivore right now. He's just farming up, just eating up all that grass, all those camps, and going back to base, trying to get an item. And let's see where he's gonna get his first gank, because I think
yeah.
that's gonna be the most important to start things off.
So we have Sejuani who got double scuttle, while Hecarim just full cleared his jungle. Definitely for Hikrim, he should be okay, I think. Because, as you said, he just want to farm up. His first clear is not his best timing. Um,
And it
and
appears he's been spotted out as well.
is he looking toward the Raptors? Is he going to steal Sejuani's Raptors?
Yeah, but does he know that they're gonna come back
He
up
is
in
going
just a
mid
few
lane.
seconds? No, he's gonna help out against Winter J. The charm is gonna be head on over. The flash is gonna be used up, and the E into the turret is gonna get him away and out of harm's way. Oh, Oscar? Ooh, playing with fire.
Okay, so Hikrim got something. He got the Ari flash, which is super good. If you're going to follow it with another gank before she gets level 6. Let's see if that's going to happen.
I don't think that's possible. I think he's looking up to try to do something to OC, but OC thought of kind of saw a bit in the future. He was like, okay, well, Hecarim's not here anymore. He just had a little bout with Sejuani over those Raptors. Where can he go? He's either going into his own jungle or coming to gank me. So he just went back, he waited a bit, he placed a control ward, and that was perfectly played by him. Now OC has kind of a free lane against this Shen until Hecarim comes back. That's a lot of farm to go through.
Yeah, and look at that topside river. Look how lit up it is. There was 3 wards for Warband on that river. Like if anyone walking there, like they would be seen, Hekram or not, they would be seen on that river. But now Hikram is heading toward bot side. He cleared his Grump, his Wolves, and now he's on his bot camps, the respawn.
Our first level 6s have also been hit down in the mid lane, so I think
Yeah.
things are gonna get spicy in just a few minutes. As I think that Warband is trying to set up for this Drake, maybe.
Oh.
That CC is brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah, imagine that was followed by Alexio. Like, imagine the duration, you would just be standing still in it.
We're gonna be seeing a lot of that in team fights, so they're
Yeah.
already gonna have a single person just CC'd out of team fights. Oh, and it
Yeah.
looks like the engage coming in from Winter J is already happening down. Ignite going down as well. And the first
Oh.
ball is gonna go down to Winter J in a very close bout between these two mid laners with the help of Sejuani. Now Hecarim is trying to do something over there, at least get away from that skull with probably the help of his bot lane.
And
It could turn out into a 3v3, sorry.
Samvit committed his flash to get that kill on the Ari, the last auto attack, but it didn't happen. So we have a very vulnerable Vayne in the mid lane right now.
And his first item is gonna be Berserker's Greaves. Is that a standard item on Vayne? I don't play a lot of Vayne.
Vayne mid, I'm not sure, but if you think about it, it makes sense. Its mobility is always good, and the attack speed on Vayne is always needed. So I wouldn't say it's the worst.
Fair
Especially
enough.
with the amount of gold here called on, probably.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
we
that's
missed
a
the
fair
kill there.
analysis. But speaking of gold, there is a 1k difference here for Warband. So this early game is already going great for them, but it could have gone just a bit better because look, we're already passing minute 7. We're getting into that after 6 territory. A lot of people have their ultimates, and that's just when the mid game starts to rise up. That's when a lot of characters get their power ups. And you just needed to win the early game because that was your main win condition, in my opinion. And now senior coach is trying to. Oh, he missed away the ultimate coming in from Oscar. He can still shun him away. There you go. But he used up a
Okay.
flash, going back to turret. Okay.
So, probably when the play on mid lane happened, I think Shen did not have ulti. If he had ulti and ulted, that would have been turned around the play on the Vayne, but he didn't. And now Shen does have the ulti, so whenever we see a play, we should keep an eye for that ulti because it will be a play changer for the early game for sure.
I think so, and I definitely do know that Hentai Haven have pretty good team coordination, so that's not going to be a problem going in for team fights for them to just call out, hey, I need some help, and Shin immediately being there with a shield with him himself. But now
Yeah.
everybody in the game has hit level 6. We can start looking for team fights, and the most important thing is that Big and Ranio, especially Ranio, have to go down for this Drake and help out Hecarim, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yep. So Sejuani got the Herald on the top side, and Hentai Haven is just trading the Drake for it at the moment. Definitely a worth trade, considering.
Oh my god, look
Ooh,
at Winter J! Trying to use that Spirit Rush, getting Samvit killed, but he's gonna get killed
okay,
himself
it's a
under
good.
tower.
It's probably a good death. The wave that is Vayne is missing at the moment.
Oh, OC! Okay, trying to get a kill under the tower as well.
Yeah, it's difficult. But Shen did not ulti as well. We were talking about that coordination. It's probably being saved for a team fight instead of like a random plays on mid lane or dives.
Well, if you think about it that way, I guess Sam didn't really play to his best abilities either. He could have used up that ultimate and kind of Q away. He would have been invisible. There was no way to auto attack that.
Yeah.
But he kind of got scared under the tower. He didn't expect just Winter J to go all out with a Spirit Rush into what
Yeah.
was basically a free tower. So,
Oh, OC is looking for something here.
oh yeah, and
Oh,
I think he's
he's
gonna get it. No,
okay.
he's away.
That's good. So the farm differential in mid lane is definitely just gonna get bigger and bigger. This Ari is probably Is she building crown? I don't know how I feel about that. I don't
Isn't
think.
isn't that build path also towards Ludens? Oh, Sam is using up that ultimate, and now Shen is gonna help out,
Okay,
as you
Shen
said
is here.
before, but he's gonna miss away the E from the good ultimate from Senior Coach Sir.
And now the wave will be pushed into the Shen's tower. But I think with the Kindle gem, that's just saying, hey, I'm going for a crown.
Maybe.
The crown item, yeah?
Did you also spot out that just random Super Mega Death Rocket going into that team fight?
Yeah. He just passed by. So Sejuani decides
Oh, Thibaut?
to use the Herald on mid lane, which is only gonna get the Ari even more ahead. There you go. 160 gold, thank you
And
very
I think
much.
that's what you want, but Hecarim going in there with the
Ooh,
ultimate.
Hecarim!
The turret is already going down for Winter J Flash, and Spirit Rush away is still not
Oh,
going to be enough to actually get away. And it looks like Senior Coach is trying to
wait,
get that
that's
kill
gonna
onto
be
Samvit,
double
but he's
kill.
getting baited, he's getting kited, and look at that. Samvit helped out with a kill onto Hecarim and a kill himself.
That
Oh my
was really
god.
well played by
Oh
T.
my
Oh my
god,
god!
Soraka, no! Getting
Where did
absolutely
Soraka go?
bullied under tower.
She was there just a second ago. Where did she go?
Yeah, exactly. And Oscar tried something over there. But the Trundle ultimate is just way too OP.
Well, suddenly, this Vayne, who's Giga behind, have a bounty on her head now.
Yeah.
150 gold.
And can you
Okay.
tell what the item spike was?
Um,
It was the
the
Death
vamp
Scepter.
sit. Yeah,
It was the Vampiric Scepter. Excuse me.
yeah.
Because that was absolutely insane. You saw how much lifesteal she got just from that single fight, where she kind of bumped up onto Sejuani and then managed to get all the way through to Winter J. Winter J, who didn't expect Thibaut to actually just go in so aggressively with the onslaught of shadows. He didn't expect for that to actually happen, and when it did, it kind of took him by surprise. He got stuck to the wall. He got eat away by Vayne, so that was a really good play. And then when they went in it, well, the rest is history.
Yeah, I think he also eaten the Winter J. He also took a tower shot there. That was a really well placed
Oh, look
ulti.
at Tabo. Tabo, I love your ganks, man. He's playing absolutely perfectly this time, and can OC even get away from this one? I do think he'll be able to, especially now,
Oh,
since Senior so Coach Sir
okay.
is gonna get that early kill onto Shen. It's down to a 2v1, and OC with a wonderful usage of that CC that he has to block away Tabo, but Tebo's still gonna use up his ultimate to
just
get away.
skin.
Okay.
Yeah. So at the moment, the plates are gonna go down in a bit. We have the mid tower.
The Everfrost as well.
CC.
She went Everfrost.
Yeah, she went Everfrost.
Oh, she's going in all the way, Ari. You're gonna get that kill early onto Samvit. I don't know what Samvit was thinking over there, using up his ultimate and his Q to try to get that third strike onto his
Yeah.
passive.
Samvit is definitely testing the limits right there. And it just didn't work out for him there. We can see Warband, they're really ready for this Drake. They have a lot of vision in that lower quarter of the map. And the Ari, just recalled, got herself her tier 2 boots with that stopwatch. And now they're getting rid of the Hentai Haven vision just to make sure that Hentai Haven will not even think about contesting this objective.
Indeed, but it is going to be a contest either way. It's going to be still a 3v3, and as we're starting up this Drake, I think a team fight's
Drinks is
also going to be
separated.
found up. Oh, look at old boy. He's all the way over into the turret, and oh, that was a wonderful flash to get attention away. And that was a really good play, but now coming in for the Drake, it's going to be taken away by Red Team, and Red Team is going to have the fight of their lives right now because they're trying to get away. Winter J, you cannot Spirit Rush away from this one. You're going to get taken out by Hecarim, and there's a whole different fight going into the top lane, but we don't care about that. We just care about who gets away from the red side team. Warband, don't give away any more kills. It's not worth it. Senior Coach, no. Oh, actually, might be using up that ultimate yet again from Sejuani.
Senior Coach will not give up his blue. Not today.
Not
But as
today.
you saw the strength of that CC overlay from Hentai Haven. The Ari just Winter Jake could not move. He could not move in that team fight. It was CC after CC after CC, even throughout the whole duration of the Overwatch, of the stopwatch. He could not really do anything, and we have the first tower going down for Hentai Haven on the bot side.
Overwatch. Who still plays Overwatch? Weird
I don't
champ.
know, man. They say Overwatch 2 is coming. A lot of people
Right, there's
hyping.
a beta, right? Coming in for like their PvP modes, 5v5.
Yeah, I think Overwatch 2 is coming out with some copium for that Overwatch fans,
Big
but
opium.
that's kind of
It's
silly.
like been delayed for like 2 years, right? So,
Yeah, yeah. But now Big Daddy Microsoft, coming in,
right.
and they're like, yeah, you're gonna finish games now, boy. So we'll see.
I don't care if they're not good, just get them out.
Yeah, exactly. Do just alpha game, Everybody does that nowadays. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yet another
Oh.
team fight going on into the top side of the jungle here for Tabo using up his onslaught yet again, going in for Soraka, who can't do anything. Shen is coming into the fray as well, and the first kill is going to go down to Tibo. But Samvid is still trying to struggle here against Winter J. Winter J, who has complete control over him right here with the Ignite. Wonderfully played the Spirit Rush away as well. Now OC has to get this
Scandal.
kill to Tabo, and I think he's going to get it. He's looking for it, and I think he's getting kited
Oh,
away
so
yet again.
close.
The kites from Hentai Haven has been absolutely wonderful so far.
Oh, TP from Shen on the bot side. So we saw the strength of that Hecarim Shen combo. Hecarim
Yes.
can just go deep as much as he wants, and there will be no repercussions for that because he have a Shen that will just cast an ability for like a few seconds, and then he'll be there, right in there with you. And you saw how easy it was to get that Soraka and to reach her.
And I think
And
a big source of damage, I'm sorry if I'm stepping on your toes a bit, but I think a big source of damage was actually Tibo's Turbo Chem Tank, because there you
yeah,
saw it being played out, and you kind of saw how he went in there. He definitely knew what he was doing, and the moment he got into the middle of things, the moment everyone's health just dropped, right?
yep. AoE baby, AoE explosions, just because. Um, but definitely, Hentai Haven team comp right now is looking to be on the up. The only issue is probably Winter J for them, if he find a pick or something. But if this keep happening, oh my god, half health gone.
Yeah,
Um,
the
if
power of
this keep
Lux.
happening, and Hentai Heaven just play toward the strengths. Oh, they engage
Look at
on.
this pincer attack going on for Samvid and Oscar. Oscar, you can get away from from that spirit charge going in from Winter J, but how much longer do you have? The Super Mega Death Rocket is gonna miss its mark, and it looks like Table is trying to get this kill onto Soraka, and that's exactly what he's gonna do, using up that ultimate as well, and the kill still goes on through. That was a very well executed pincer attack coming in from Warband. Sadly enough, they didn't get a kill, but they forced out quite a bunch of stuff.
Poor Soraka, man. This pony will not allow her to play the game. She cannot go anywhere, and this pony is always on her head.
Also, a bit of a weird thing, in my opinion, at least. Oh, Beeg, you're asking for it, mate. Yeah, there you go. A bit of a weird thing is that Jinx is not going Kraken Slayer. We see a Gale Force Jinx. Do you
Uh,
think that's something to be worried about?
okay, it definitely less damage, but put yourself in that Jinx shoes. Right? Look at the amount of CC coming out from the Lux and the Morgana. If any of these kill shots hit you, and the
You're
Shin
dead.
Dash,
Yeah.
you just dead. So yeah, probably I would probably she should just trust that the Trundle and with Soraka and Sejuani will provide some peeling for her, and she can just go Kraken Slayer with max range, just spam auto attacks. But I'll also go on Gale Force here just for that extra safety
Oh,
is
yet
just like
again, I think we're gonna see a 4v4.
oh, Hikarim is going
Actually,
in.
4v4 here. Tabo, wonderful Shen ultimate coming in as well, but it's gonna be blocked away by Trundle, and looks like the Drake is gonna go into the hands of the blue side team. Hikarim, they're being perfectly outplaying everyone else. It looks like Beeg is gonna find himself some kills as well, and oh my god, this Hikarim, I told you was a comfort pick, and I told you that it was the right thing to do here.
Yeah, definitely comfort over meta in BL for sure. This was a total domination by Hentai Haven. The Hecarim just went in, got the objective, and then just kept on getting them one by one, running through them all. The Gale Force did not help Jinx whatsoever, as you can see. 0-1-0, definitely the Warband bot lane is not having the best time in their
Yeah, but
League of Legends games.
even though there are so many kills in favor of Hentai Haven, if we look at gold distribution here, they're only 700 gold ahead, maybe 800. You know, that's not even a full item component. Whereas if we press X over here and look at who has the most gold, sure, for Hentai Haven, it's kind of all just distributed out pretty evenly. You've got Hecarim being the star player over here, 6-0. Of course, he has that big bounty on his head. He's racking up to 9k. He's going to have a lot of items to work with. Oh, look at Winter J. I think he's going to get this kill onto Oscar. Spirit rushing away.
Oh.
And oh, he misses the
Oh my
Everfrost. He
God.
misses the charm. Misses
Oh, we missed
absolutely
everything.
everything. And Samvid is here
Jay.
to save the day along with Tibbo. That was unfortunate, Winter J. That was unfortunate.
Aw.
But as I was saying, the gold is actually for Warband in Winter J's favor. So if he had gotten that kill, he probably would have passed along. He would have passed Hecarim in gold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like who is going to kill this Hecarim with a Shen ulting him every minute or so? It's definitely going to be difficult.
Yeah.
So Hentai Haven is now in the driver's seat of this game. They definitely can't activated their win condition. They don't have to keep the Morgana with the Lux anymore. Morgana can just play side lane with her TP while they're just looking for pick. And it seems that just gonna send 4 people to mid lane to look for something.
Well, here's the thing, right? We're already entering late game territory, and that's exactly where Hentai Haven excel at. So, in my opinion, that big team fight over at the Infernal Drake kind of made the whole game. And currently, there is gonna be a tough time ahead for Warband if they try to get back together.
Hecarim is diving.
Look at Tibbo offloading away under 2 turrets, getting the kill onto Soraka. He doesn't even care. He had the Shen shield to help him out, so he could just go all out.
He's going again.
Do it again. The mad lad. Can he get away though? That's the question. That's the question. Can he get away? I think he's gonna do it. Oh, he gets CC'd under the tower.
Oh, he's dead. Oh.
He got a bit overconfident there in the end, but oh, Winter J. Okay,
Oh,
Sejuani's
is this
picking
the
up some kills.
comeback?
I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing, giving the last kill away to Winter J, and this Ari is about to pop off as well. Okay, Warband is coming back.
Okay, so Hentai Haven were like, okay, we're in a driver's seat of this game. Time to handle the wheel back to Warband, and that's what they just did. They were overzealous. They dove on the inhib tower. Sure, they got a couple of kills, but then they get so many as a shutdown gold.
Yeah.
And now we have Warband going for that Baron.
It might be a bit of a desperation, Baron, but oh, look at that. The ultimate coming in for Soraka was perfect to save away Winter J for just a second longer, but Oscar is there, and he's trying to do all the work by himself. Look at that, taunting away so many people. The second kill is going to come in here from Big. You're not going to be able to get away with that Herald, with that Baron, but everybody's going to die either way, so does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Only Sejuani has that Baron buff, and 4 kills were just transferred on over to Big's statistics. Look at that. Wow.
And if you say this is worth just because of the Sejuani have Baron, then you must be inhaling some serious copium right there. That was the lead
Perfectly
just
played.
given, and now we have the gold almost equal. The difference on the gold is minuscule, to be honest.
And a free Drake. One more Drake, and they're
Yes,
gonna get an Inferno Soul.
that's our point.
I'm just scared, thinking that a 5-0 Morgana is gonna have an Infernal Drake, an
Yeah,
Infernal Soul, along with a Lux that just spilled Ludens.
yeah. This
Oh
this
god.
Soraka was like already almost getting one-shotted by the Hikrim when he just goes on her. Now imagine
Speaking
him.
of Hecarim getting Glacial Prisoned away, Shelter as well. Also is gonna head away, is flaunting the Ari away, but Winter J is playing this one really, really well, just staying back and away from all the fights, trying to get some damage in. But the damage is not enough. That's a triple kill coming out of nowhere for Samvit on that Vayne. And can he even get the kill onto Beeg? I don't think so. Oh boy.
Yeah. So they caught the Hikrim, but they forgot that there is this Shen ulti. So Hikrim, Tibo survived so long while Warband just were throwing everything like, please die, please die. Okay, he died, but then the other members of Hentai Haven just hit all of their abilities, caught everyone. Lux hit a two-man binding with the Q on the Jinx, and they were just easy pickings afterwards for to take.
For big bounties, she has three items and the boots going in for her. There's a lot of MR being built over there, but she is going all the way to tank mode, right?
Yeah.
So if you have an unkillable senior coach and you have a very high damage output OC, maybe things aren't out of the gutter yet. Maybe you can still do something about this warband.
Yeah, but this is where the Vayne pick come in handy, right? Because it doesn't matter how tanky you are, Vayne will just keep on hitting you with that true damage. And nice tanky items you have there, they're completely useless
Right?
versus that.
So maybe you change your opinion a bit. Maybe you think that Vayne mid lane wasn't such a bad idea.
Uh, well, okay, so whatever works. If it works for Hentai Heaven, then sure, it's a good idea. It's a comfort pick, clearly. Sure, in the early game, it wasn't that great. We saw some deaths. We saw some lead for the Ari, as to be expected. But since Samvit is so comfortable on that champion, and Tibo being comfortable on his champion as well, they just found ways to driving this game. It's not Warband.
Right, right. Well, let's just hope that they don't crash it again, right? Because we've seen that happen once more. And usually history repeats itself as Tibo is here
It
looking
was
for
looking.
this tower dive yet again, going in there. The CC is going to come in from OC. Sejuani's trying to do something over here in this 5v4. I think maybe as we're going to be seeing Winter J come up from that top jungle, we're going to be seeing at least an attempt at an engage going in onto Tibo, who tries to get away, but that's a huge shield coming in from that ultimate. I'm surprised. The Glacial Prison as well. Oh, there goes Senior. There goes Jinx. And I think there goes Tibo as well. But it does not matter. Samvit is on an absolute roll. A giant roll of that. And, well,
Yeah,
there's just no stopping a 7-5 Vayne, is there?
You saw how instantly that Sejuani got deleted.
Yeah.
She did not last that long. And we have Hentai Haven now sieging the Inhib Tower. They could possibly look for an end as well, if they're confident. Let's see if they do it. I mean, the last dragon, their soul is coming up soon, so that's probably the better call. Recall, get your money out of the bank, buy some items, go for that dragon, get it, and then try to finish the game from there.
Indeed, but well, the dragon is gonna spawn up in 40 seconds. You have to remember though, if they're gonna go for the soul, which is absolutely insane for basically everyone into the side of Hentai Haven, they are gonna be trading away a Baron, most likely. Now,
Is it though? It seems that Warband is going there. They want to flip it. It's gonna be the good old burger flip coming in.
hmm. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, don't we?
Yeah. All right. Let's see it. So Warband are there earlier, which means it's gonna be a little bit difficult for Hinterhaven to enter this river.
Do you think
Shen
so?
does. Oh,
Tibbo,
but
Tibbo has
they're already in the river. I guess they
Yeah,
just like another
Thibaut has
moment.
perfect engaging tools coming in here as well. He's waiting for Oscar to finish up
Oh,
his camps over there, and Winter J tries to do something over there with the stopwatch. He's gonna Spirit Rush away,
oh,
and everybody
Thibaut.
already is down to low HP. It looks like Sanvi's gonna be the first one to go out, and that's extremely
Wait.
huge right here because you don't need a Soraka to do all the work when you have Thibaut in the back getting a triple kill while nobody knows what's going on. Senior Coach Sir has to get away, and it's only down to Oscar and Thibaut letting the Drake fall away. But if you're gonna get all these kills, I guess it just doesn't matter. Look at Thibaut, he's trying to get that quadra kill, and I think he's gonna do it in just a
Yep.
few seconds. Yeah, there you go.
And look at the base. Is that tower going to fall to the minions? Is the
Maybe.
Okay, the tower will fall to the minions. This is kind of big. So Hentai Haven, they will get Soul, and they got an Nexus
4
tower
kills. Yeah.
and 4 kills. That's worth if you ask me. As you saw in that team fight, once the Jinx died, then and she is not really going the best tank killer build. It's
Yeah.
just Jinx gone. No one is going to kill the Sekrim. No one is going to kill this Shin. They're just gonna survive. And Shin and Jinx kind of played this team fight like an assassin. She was just melee ranging the backline, gale forcing them. Definitely got you a couple of sets, not even a kill. But still, the Hikrim didn't die, and the Shen didn't die. And Ari, with this build, she's not really the best tank killer at the moment.
Well, X7 kind of did, kind of looked on over at Vayne and was like, wait, why is she going in all the way, right? Why can I do that? And that's basically what
Exactly.
just happened there.
Yeah.
Because I won't lie, my heart skipped a beat over there when I did see Stormbeat going down.
Ooh.
Oh my god, that was such a good steal! Winter J! You are insane, my friend! Stealing away and getting the second Baron for Warband. Okay, that's a game changer because Trundle is over there in the bot lane and nobody's picking up on it.
Yeah, we have Shen recalled already. The Trundle probably gonna get the tower already, but we have Winter Jays going in.
Oh,
Not
Tibbo.
Winter Jay, Tibo.
Oh, Tibbo. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't care for
No,
towers.
he
He doesn't
can-
care
he
for
can-
enemies
yeah,
currently. He's
he's
absolutely
chilling.
unstoppable and he just needs that Shen to come and pick him up.
Yeah, he's just like a pony running in the field, going wherever he wants. No one can really stop him.
Oh, but look at
We have
OC.
an interesting situation here.
Yeah. Who's gonna end first? That's
Who's
the
going
question.
to
OC
end
can
first?
tack up a lot.
Oh,
But Oscar,
Trundle
if he
just coming
taunts
for
him
it.
away... No, Tibo's coming back.
Tibo's
Tibo's
going
gone
back.
back. Okay. GG.
All right, this stopped.
GG for the first game against Hentai Haven and Warband.
Yeah.
They played it out really well, and I honestly had a lot of fun casting it, but in the end, it was a late game scaling comp, and that's exactly how Hentai Haven played it. Very well thought up. What were
Yeah.
kind of your thoughts along it, Gubix?
So Warband definitely played early on. Sejuani got ahead, but due to Hentai Haven being comfortable on the champions, and as you said earlier, they have scaling that is way better. They just played to that. They didn't do much pre-6, but once they got their tools with the Shen ulti, with the Hekram ulti, and his mythic item, the Chem Tank, they just kept on snowballing. Hekram is 14-3-7 ended the game with the highest with the highest farm on Hentai Haven, 230. That was a big pony there.
Well, again, it was a comfort pick, as we said before, and it was absolutely amazing good played. The bad thing was just Winter J had a lot of ways to counter all that happened, but instead he built up into that Everfrost, and well, the rest is history. But don't go anywhere. We're gonna have a quick 5-minute break, see what's up. and let the players kind of get back into the way of things as we're gonna join up onto the second game. We're gonna be right back. And I do believe we are back. Let's go. Let's see what the second game, what the second draft is going to be like.
Yeah.
Most excited about and interested to see because, well, we saw a bunch of weird picks going on, right? We saw the Morgana ADC, we saw the Vayne mid. So maybe, who knows, we're going to be seeing some crazy picks yet again. But one thing I can tell you for sure, Warband is banning away that Hecarim.
That Hecarim, also, I would say the bot lane, the unconventional bot lane was an issue. The which one would you ban? Well, is it going to be the Lux? Is it going to be the Morgana? The the Hecarim is a given, but I think they should prevent Hentai Heaven from getting the same bot lane as well, because the Jinx just couldn't play the game with that bot lane.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, nobody could play the bot lane that game besides Morgana and Lux because it was an absolute just kill fest. Going
Yeah.
in through it, you saw how bad Soraka got punished in for every single little mistake. So, yeah, it's just the way that some of these teams like to play it, and it's definitely not something that's new in the Valence League. But for the first week of playoffs for Division 3, which is Platinum and under, I'd say it was still a pretty good game.
Yeah, it was definitely a good game. Both team did play it to their condition. We saw some, you know, VL Uga Booga with Hikrim dives, throwing the game, giving it to the enemy team, and then them going for a as you call that, desperation baron, and giving it back to them.
Yeah.
But overall, it was like cleaner, cleaner than the rest would say. And both team were playing toward their winning condition. However, it's just that Hentai Haven were really more, I would say, comfortable with their champions. You did mention the Hecarim, you saw it even before, which means Tibu is just really comfortable in that. And the way you see them, they played those dives and most of their plays, it says that this is not their first time playing these champions. While on the bot side, when we saw Warband ADC on the Jinx, it definitely, old boy, it definitely looked a little bit shaky, I would say. However,
Monica in my lap.
however, now this is the second big ban. Both team are on the same side. Hentai Heaven is on the blue side, and already the Hecarim band gone. We will not see the pony. I repeat, we will not see the pony.
Reduced to ashes. Yeah, of course. Well, there was, what was the final score for Thibaut? Like 14-3 or something crazy like that?
14-3-7. It's something ridiculous.
Yeah. So now we yet again see the OTP ban. So I was right. Is the same bans coming in from Hentai Haven, Gwen, Akali, and Aphelios going out of the get go.
Oh. So this makes me think: is Warband going to try to play meta again, or are they going to play comfort? Because comfort in VL always prevails.
Yeah, I would have to say so, but it's kind of the same bans. And honestly, from what I've seen so far, we're gonna see the Morgana again. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? Being on that Morgana kind of hit every single CC from what I could tell in teamfights at least, using up that ultimate perfectly as well, the shackles. And if Veranio picks up this Lux going into the bot side as well, yet again, okay, here you go. Yeah, no, I don't want any more. Please,
Yeah,
Mr.
please.
Just don't.
Okay, they pairing it with the Caitlyn. That's a good lane. That's a Kate Lux bot lane.
That's a lot of range.
Yeah, all of this is the Morgana. It's kinda. I mean, Morgana can just like prevent the CC from the Q with the trap. It's just the combo is like Lux hits your Q, you put your trap underneath, and you have like a huge amount of CC.
I would have liked to say that a good ADC might have been a Sivir over here to have a double shield, but I don't know where that Karma is going, and I have not seen Karma being played in such a long time.
I mean, knowing from what we saw from game one, I have a, let's just call it an inkling. This karma is also going bot side. Actual, what do you think?
Maybe.
What do you
You never
think?
know what Big and Radio are gonna pull up on you, so
Yeah, it's probably going bot side. We have, oh, Udyr. Does anyone play Udyr nowadays?
didn't he have like a big patch going into like a 15.2?
Hmm.
I think he did, but I still haven't seen a lot of people play it, and now OC is going back to his usual Trundle. So Trundle into Udyr, it's gonna have to wait a bit to see what we're gonna see on top, but that Shen is banned away, so we're definitely gonna see a new matchup.
Yeah, and keep in mind Trundle is still a flex, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be in top side. And definitely into the Udyr, Trundle is one of the picks that can just make his life harder since he doesn't have a dash. You could literally just block paths for this guy in the jungle just by that ice cone that Trundle has.
Yeah, but
Um,
I'm sorry I cut you off yet again, but
it's
we
okay.
haven't talked about our sponsor Procoms, and we're looking at it. You guys that are watching at home can see that we have the matchup analysis, and we kind of. I'm a bit interested to see what Procoms thinks of these first three picks because we're looking at a pretty siege comp coming out of Warband apparently. Would you agree?
Coming out of Warp. Yeah, I mean, Caitlyn is usually one of the siege options that you can take. She can deny a siege with her traps, and she can make a siege with her traps, just like putting them behind the tower, and then you just siege the tower with the Lux as well. No one can really approach you, let's just say, if you're like just grouping up on mid lane with that high range. So
Wow.
it's looking like, oh, Camille.
There's so many champions I have not seen in a bit being picked up over here into the second game. I love the Camille. She was pretty broken at one point, and honestly, if she's played really, really well, if it's like a comfort pick for OC or for Winter J, whoever is going down there, it's gonna be a powerful tool, but an even more insane tool for Hentai Haven is gonna be that Malphite. Oh god, the team fights.
Spoiler, Atro. I think Camille is still broken. She still has that Q true damage for the tanks. And it seems she's going versus the Malphite. And
No,
whose target is the best to
I
use it
don't think she's
against?
going against the Malphite.
Wait,
I I can almost guarantee you that this is a Malphite Yasuo bot lane.
oh no, 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 no.
I can
No,
almost
no, no.
guarantee it, my friend. And
No,
it's
no.
Lysindra mid, so
Okay, the
I don't know.
Sundermid. Yeah, so the Trundle is going to the jungle definitely. At least we know that for sure. Alright, let's look at Warband until 22nd, okay? Let's not look
Yeah.
at
Let's
Haven
away from
until
Hentai because
everything
that's
is
just
locked in.
that's just
Okay.
a minefield to go into. Okay, what can you tell
Yeah.
us about Warband?
Okay, so Warband have uh, a pretty strong side laning and kind of early on team comp with that Lysandra, Trundle, Katen, Lux. However, it's looking like Hintai Haven have a very good 5v5 team comp as well. But the issue is that their damage is coming only from a single target, being the Yasuo. Um, while the rest, sure, they will do damage, but not up to that standard that you would need. Okay,
Well,
it's locked in 100% now, so let's talk about it a little bit. Yasuo is going mid lane
yeah,
with that Samvit, and the Oscar is taking a Malphite.
up into
So
top side, yeah.
yeah, Malphite is versus the Camille. Definitely, I think it's hard for Malphite to play this lane as we progress through the game. Camille will be really uncontestable, but she need to not get behind. The issue for Trundle here is like which lane do you really want to play toward? You do
Yeah.
want to get the Camille ahead, but you also want to make sure that well, based on game one, what we would say is the weaker side of Warband, their bot lane. You want that side not to get behind too far as well, especially you playing Caitlyn of our champion. This champion kinda does not exist on the mid game, and you kind of need to guarantee that they have a safe way into the mid game, taking lead on the bot lane. So definitely gonna be an interesting game. Although when I look at Hintai Haven, it's like I see a good like kind of wombo combo, but I don't know where consistent damage is gonna come from after that Yasuo just gone. It's
I
probably
think it's gonna be
Morgana.
Morgana actually, because
Yeah.
think about it for a second, and here's some food for thought for later as well. I think we could see an invade starting out here, and if we do see an invade coming out of Hentai Haven, I think that's the best option to assure them the early game. Because think about it, right? It's a Morgana. There's a lot of CC. Karma excels at level 1's engages because she has the ultimate already up. That Q can deal a bunch of damage, or she can just stun away really fast.
Yeah.
Udyr can start out with a stun as well. Malphite is just the tankiest boy at level 1, and Yasuo is just Yasuo. Like, he
Yeah,
picks up that Doran's Blade, he goes in.
Yeah, definitely we could see it. Also, to be fair, from Warband, if a Lux hit a two-man snare with her Q, that's kind of huge, right?
Sure, yeah.
All right,
But
definitely should be interesting.
you'd have to force out Camille into a 100%, 100% you'd have to force out a Camille to join your invade, right? And you do not want to fall behind as Camille in farm against Malphite. Because that's the laning phase. A top is going to be an island going in after before 6. You're just going to farm up, right? So whoever has the advantage is going to win that lane. And whatever tiny advantage you have is going to be crucial up going in there. But as you said before, the junglers are probably the ones that we're going to have to look most forward to. Kind of have to be moving around their camps and decide who's going to go where and where we're going to be seeing the first few ganks. But we're going to get into it. And of course, we're going to sync up, do all that good stuff.
Yeah, let's see any spicy skins first. Do they have any skins?
Not only skins, but runes as well. I've been impressed by the Valence League ability to show me just insane builds that normally just shouldn't work, but apparently next week they become meta. So
yeah, we already have it. The Udyr has taken lethal tempo. Yeah, timer. Okay, on 10.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna join up at 10 just now. There we go. And we're starting to go with a pause, so all's good.
Right in the pause. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Udyr, since he is kind of like Hikrim. He doesn't have the same access that Hikrim has to a backline, but he's definitely a speedy boy that is just gonna run around with his Kim tank and cause havoc around the map.
We can see a pattern here, can't we?
Yeah, we can see the pattern here. It seems like, yeah, he's just gonna be going Chem tank, but I do see that Ghost is being the rune to take here, and I see that. Oh, we have the normal pug after the pause. It's okay, guys. We're still in sync and everything.
Yep. But you talked about skin. I'm seeing some skins that I absolutely love here. Like the skin on Yasuo is just beautiful. The porcelain look skin as well. I haven't seen people play around with it too much.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen the skin actually.
Yeah, it is the newest skin on Lux, but still, it looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's the ultimate skin coming out of Tibbo as well. So, hey man, some pretty good skin choices, must I say so myself.
And let's just say skin always a tell of your skill, right? Since he has an ultimate skin, that means this Udyr is just gonna be really scary.
No, actually, it's pretty weird, right? Because all the people I've seen play with ultimate skins, including myself, because I've got 3 of them, are just trash at those exact champions. I don't know why. I don't know how it works, the psychology behind it, but the better the skin, up to a certain point, shows that, oh yeah, you grinded for that skin, you bought that skin because that's your champion. But once you get into like legendary and ultimate territory, it's just, it was a legendary, so I had to buy it.
All right, I guess it's doomed for Hentai Haven then, based on
Right,
that
yeah.
logic. Unlucky.
That's the game. Do we even have to watch now? Look at that. Tibbo's already struggling
Nah.
on those double camps. It's not like he just parodied out of his goddamn way to just start up with an easy double camp. And look at X7 as well, playing very aggressively with this Lux.
Yeah, the Lux is using poke. We can say that both junglers started on opposite side of the map. So we are not going to see probably any action around the scuttle. So on bot lane, the Kate Lux lane, as expected, is pushing now. So when Udyr gets to that bot side, we might see first blood there.
Speaking of pushing, I'm impressed that Winter J is playing this aggressively into Samvit. Samvit, who seems like he's a bit scared to go all in. You are Yasuo, my friend. Can't really do
Yeah.
much to you level 3, but it looks like now that you're low HP, you don't really have those choices. And also, Camille looks to be playing this one way more in the back.
Ooh,
So
a lot of trades going
yeah,
on.
a lot of trades, but we also see a lot of different playstyles coming up here for the second game of today. Like, look at OC. He's trying to play just a bit more safely, but he's also getting really, really good grass trades going into it. Malphite has to be forced away into the back of his turret.
Yeah,
And
he only has one left of his corrupting bot,
yeah,
one stack, and he's healthy considering. If he just keeps poking with the Qs, yeah, getting rid of that and then going for the grasp, he should go pass by that early game early on. Oh, Malphite's looking to freeze this.
ooh, Oscar falling down to really
Not the
low
freeze.
HP now. Mm.
All right.
Oh, wait, I think we're gonna get our first real engage of the game, but she's gonna E away. That Lissandra E is absolutely an insane tool early game for any ganks that might come her way.
Yeah, it's just so long. The range is.
Yeah.
And like your CC has to be timed perfectly in order to cut it out.
You don't even need the flash, theoretically speaking, right? But
Yeah.
it's a good tool to have nonetheless. Not
Yeah,
many people.
I would say you would need the flash to just like make a surprise engage, like a flash W or a flash ulti.
Yeah, sure,
It's like
sure.
a playmaking more than an escape. So we have Trundle now on the top side. He did not take. He took. So he waved clear. He cleared his whole top side, and his bot side is now up.
I think he's gonna go down all the way over there, but as I was saying before, ooh, actually, I'm just picking up on it. Winter J is running out of mana, and Samvit is trying to go all in here. But there is a Trundle, just not
still did run
really to
out.
his surprise over there. The Ignite is gonna come out as well. The Flash Q is gonna come in from Trundle, and I think the kill's still gonna go on through for Trundle nonetheless. The second in as well is gonna come for Tibbo. Wow, okay, my eyes kind of went cross-eyed over there trying to think up of what was gonna go down next.
So Thibaut kind of body blocked a senior coach into walking in that tower, and that was huge. He took 2 tower shots. So Thibaut is still playing well, even on a different champion. He has 1 kill, even though First Blood did not go his way. He is still getting advantages for Hentai Haven on the early game. Same scenario as in game 1, kinda repeating itself right now.
Yeah. I was about to say, if this back didn't come on through from a Malphite, that he was kind of playing with fire over there, Oscar. But he does back away along with his counterpart, and we're going to be seeing just some pressure being relieved. Oh, actually, the TP's coming back. Never mind me.
Yeah.
The counter curse
so-
sometimes is very fun to play around with.
Yeah, the TPs are being used early. Also, Morgana recalled, got herself a Finnish Codex and a Dark Seal, and now she is back in lane. She have a little bit of advantage. Oh, the Q hit.
Maybe they're trying to set up for this Drake, but it's still a 3v3 if mid lane doesn't decide to come up, because we have hit level 6s over here, and Yeah,
Look at
Malphite.
Malphite is. He just walked from top lane toward the mid lane, and now he's going back. Okay.
Well, he did crash over that wave, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
Kind of roam around a bit.
It looks like OC is just freezing that wave. Now that wave is frozen.
Oh.
Yeah. The CC, you can see the CS advantage right now. It just gonna, it just huge. It's huge on bot lane.
So if you are Oscar in this situation, what would you do?
Honestly, I would just try to look for plays for the Yasuo. What he did, moving on toward the mid lane, is kind of the correct play if you're level 6. I'm not sure. I think he was level 6.
He was.
To be honest. Just look for a play for that. Try to get the Yasuo ahead.
Speaking of the Yasuo, it looks like Senior Coaster is trying to help out Winter J, but it's not going to come to fruition as Samvit is just playing this one really, really well. In the last game, we saw him kind of being the one with the most deaths. He kind of was the guinea pig, as I would say it, for Hentai Haven. But now he's trying to come back for it. He's playing this Yasuo and he's like, okay, I already died once. I don't want to do it again. I'll just play this one safe, wait for Malphite to help me out. Until then, I'm just going to farm away. And that speaks in the farm. The CS difference is there.
Yeah, and considering the matchup, it's really impressive that he has advantage because CS advantage because he already died. And
Speaking of already done, he's going in all the way. Senior Coaster yet again trying to tank up the turret with the ultimate. Thankfully, though, Samfeet is still alive and well, starting yet again with the Berserker's Greaves. This is something only he does. I've never seen anyone else prioritize the Berserker Greaves over anything else.
Berserker Greaves on Yasuo, I think it's not the best. Maybe if you go in uni, but usually you would see Yasuo's go something like a Vampiric Scepter early on, just so they could stay in lane forever. But Berserker Greaves definitely not the worst option. And I would say part of why he has the CS advantage is because of the Precursor, because he could just come into lane earlier and just make sure that he does not lose a lot of minions given the wave states whenever.
Imagine for, actually, Tibbo being mega ultra aggressive on this Drake, seeing that he has the pressure down in both mid and bot side, is gonna take it up. I was gonna give you some more food for thought here. Imagine if some abilities like Yasuo's Q, like Zed's E, just stuff that kind of scales off of AD, would also go down. The cooldown would also go down the more attack speed you had.
Yeah, that would have been.
Then the Berserker Greaves would have really been justified, right?
Yeah. Wait, isn't that the same for Yasuo? Like more attack speed, the lower cooldown your Q. I think that's the case, right?
Is that so? I
Yeah,
don't think so. Is it?
I think so.
Well, then ability haste. What? Let's say for some godforsaken reason, a Yasuo in gold elo just builds ability haste items. What does he gain out of that? Does he just gain nothing?
I think he gained cooldown, right? But on the E and the W, but not on the Q. Like, I'm 70% sure. I don't know if they changed it, but I think I'm pretty sure at a certain point the Yasuo Q cooldown was off your attack speed.
Okay, then that makes a lot of sense if that's so, which will not factor check it because we don't know 100%. But if that is so, then it's really well thought out by Samvit starting that out because there's just a bunch of damage output that you can start up with with those Berserker Greaves.
I fact checked it by pressing shift on the ability and it says the cooldown and cast time is reduced by attack speed.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah, looks like my boomer knowledge is still relevant in League of Legends.
Amazing.
Oh, the play!
The play indeed coming out, and actually X7 is gonna get that kill onto Karma. Okay, out of everyone else, the ace in the hole.
This is really good to see. So, the Winter J is playing toward his win condition. Where are you? Okay. Okay, let's see it.
Yeah, that's just bully. That's just bully material. Oh my God, he got out.
Is he out?
You have the Q, Oscar. Oscar, are you gonna die? You're not gonna die. Okay. So close to making the play of the century, the getaway of the century. OC playing GDA over there.
Yeah, that was. So Winter J is definitely doing the right things in early game. He is roaming. Okay, is this okay.
Flash forced out.
Can I speak? Like they just going for plays after plays. What is this? This is a very intense game going on right there.
Indeed,
Okay,
it is. There's just things going on left and right. I don't know where to look next.
yeah, a play going on the bot side and then the same time on top side and then back on bot side and then mid lane herald being used.
And there's only 4 kills on the board
Yeah.
for both teams.
Yeah. Oh, that Q. Oh, that
Just
was so
drifting
clean.
its way onto him.
Yeah, it looked like it bent around the minions. Oh my god, he
speaking
keeps
of...
hitting them.
Oh my god, that's
is
so
she
much
dead?
damage!
Oh,
That's so much damage coming out of this bot side from Warband. Absolutely wonderfully played coming out of both of these, but they kind of pushed their bounds, they kind of pushed their limits, because Cat is 1 HP. Old Boy could have gone down in a second if actually Karma didn't kind of troll down a bit big over there, because you saw she was kind of playing the back. Ranio had that heal, and he used it up, but I think it was a bit late.
and is this where they're getting caught right now? T-Boy is just flashing.
The ace in the hole yet again, and oh my
Oh.
god, giving away the kill with the flash.
Okay, we might see a game where Warband bot lane is being the one ahead this game. The kid is already 2-0-1. She have a good shutdown in her, good farm. She's gone for the Kraken Slayer.
Yeah, it's the first mythic item of anyone in this game, and it's absolutely insane because that's just a bunch of damage coming out of auto attack Caitlyn. Oh, Winter J is just playing this one way too defensively. Like he went back and now he's going back in because he saw Senior Coach Sir, and now we do also have to talk about the ganks. They've been absolutely on spot coming out of both of these guys, from both Thibaut and from Senior Coach Sir, but this time the CS advantage might be able to speak for itself.
But you would have to question like Samvi trading with zero vision. Look at the rivers, like that. Yasuo had zero vision in either side of the river, and he was still going in like some would say a Yasuo player, and
Guns
he
blazing.
just got he just got punished for that.
Well, that is what happens when you just go in balls to the walls and you think, hey, I'm gonna get this, I don't care, there's no way the enemy jungler comes to me, right? What are the chances? Well, those are the chances, my friend. And finally, we do see Oscar kind of standing up for himself in the top lane. Until now, OC was kind of bullying him away from all the CS, but this time he's picked up a kill. He's doing pretty decent.
Yeah, it will and he's TPing now to the bot side. It will definitely take a time for that. Oh, it's going on.
They're setting up this team fight. Look at it. Winter J going in there already. The unstoppable force in the back line takes out Cat. Relax. And now the stopwatch is perfect. No, actually, not the stopwatch. Lysandra's ultimate saved her away over there. And the other kill is going to go down to Camille, who I don't know how she got here in such a short amount of time. But Samvit is the only one left alive, and not even him anymore. Big is going to have to run away, as this was a complete Warband victory in this team fight.
Yeah. So the fight was separated. We had Yasuo and Malphite on one side of the of the fight, on the top side, and we had Camille fighting the backline of Hentai Haven on the other side, and she just got the karma on her own, completely zoned the Morgana of the fight, and the team fight just went their way.
It's kind of sad, right? Because Hentai Haven were just not coordinating that fight. Oscar played it really well. He focused down the back line, the bot side. He went in for Caitlyn and for Lux, and he got those kills, right? He assured those kills. But everyone else from the side of Warband was perfectly healthy and ready to absolutely emanciate, to absolutely just destroy. I just can't find my words, because to absolutely just destroy the rest of Hentai Haven, where their tank is in there. Thibaut is almost dead. Samvit is all the way in a corner doing his own stuff.
Yeah. And you could see this is one of the issues that might be for Hentai Haven this game, is that the Yasuo Malphite combo, it sure makes sense, right? But if they are too far from the Karma and the Morgana, it's Morgana
look at
gonna die
OC
here.
playing so aggressively, coming in the ultimate as well from Lysandra's gonna get that kill on over for our top laner on Warband. 10-4, and the guy being used on their tower as well. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They don't give them a break.
Nope. It's just a kill after kill. So, as I was saying, that one of the issues that we might see in this game is that sure, Oscar want to make the best engage as possible for the Yasuo, but he also need to make sure that they are around. As we see Udyr coming in here.
Yeah,
Okay,
nothing's
nothing's
gonna
going to
come to
happen.
fruition out of this. Don't worry about it. You can continue your rant.
It should be somewhere around the Morgana and the Karma to influence the outcome of the fight, because if you do not have the Morgana and the Karma helping the Yasuo Malphite engage, then you almost 100% just going to lose that team fight.
Subjugate being used up by Trundle. Can I just say how smart Cat Relax played that one under the tower? Because she used up her ultimate to take away all the minions coming up to the lane, so they could actually take that tower out and still have a lot of that pressure. Kudos off to you. Hats off.
Yep. Definitely looks comfortable in that champion compared to the.
Oh, OC? OC?
Barks.
You're getting away. The flash! Auto attack going along with the E from Tibbo. The ultimatum's not going to do much. And a big shutdown, actually. Not
Yeah.
insanely big, but still 150 gold. Definitely helps out the player.
Definitely, Warband still in the game, still leading the game.
Yeah.
But for Hentai Haven, they do need to require some setup for their team fight. They know, like before any objective, let's say the next dragon in a minute and 50 seconds, they need the vision around to see what's going on. They need to avoid a lot of skill shots. And it might seem it's easier to play their team comp, but it will be later on, not at this point of the game where Caitlyn is ahead, Lissandra is ahead, you have Trundle who's also ahead, and Lux will just keep hitting Qs and Es from Fog of War and spamming that ulti, which feels like a normal ability, to be honest.
It's really sad because kind of both Trundle and Camille have kind of optimized their builds going into Samvit and Tibbo. Because that subjugate, that ultimate coming out of Trundle is going to be insane if it's caught on anyone like Udyr or Yasuo. That's just a bunch of attack speed that you don't want to give Trundle. There's also a lot of MR and armor being stolen away. And those are the champions that you have to kind of play around, right? Because you have technically two supports playing down for the bot lane of Hentai Haven.
Ooh.
Winter Jake's gonna flash away that unstoppable force, but is he gonna get away? The ultimate is really well used up over there, and he's trying to stay alive as best as he can, but the next wave is gonna come in, and the stopwatch yet again is dishing out a lot of the HP of the enemy, but it's not enough.
How useless was the tower there?
Yeah,
Winter Jake
right?
used every tool at his disposal just to stay surviving as long as possible, but he couldn't.
Good League of Legends, come on.
These are two chunky boys, the Malphite and the Udyr. The tower does not exist in their book.
Yeah, definitely not. And
We got the TP coming in.
sure, the TP comes in. Oh, actually, they don't go all the way aggressive. If they did, Trundle could have had all the potential use that he could have made of his kit to actually get away all these kills. Oh, Caitlyn falls down to half HP, and it looks like the Drake, not the Baron. The Drake is going to be started up. It's going to be an Earth Soul, nonetheless. And it's kind of free.
Tanky boys, yeah. Malphite is loving it. Udyr is loving it. Yeah, make me more tanky.
So, can you kind of explain why that Drake was so free? Because if you kind of looked at it, everyone was decent HP besides X7, who was like half HP. They could have gone in for it. Why didn't they do it? Oh, that unstoppable force yet again being stolen away by Winter J, not being used up to the best of its ability. Samvi's gonna fall away, and now Oscar as well. The duo has definitely fallen.
Is this a Baron angle right now?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is a Baron angle. So I think the main reason Warband did not go for that dragon is because they did not have Lissandra. Lissandra was dead. She does not have TP. While the Malphite, he made the play on the top lane, but he still had TP. So it was just a case of 4v5, and they played the cards well. They did not gamble on that dragon, and they got 2 picks on the mid lane, and now we see them taking Baron.
Yeah. Well played also by Lissandra. Winter J kind of playing up his position and was like, yeah, you guys can do the Baron by yourselves. I'll just clear out some vision, and Thibaut was there, right? And he kind of got disheartened when he saw those wards going up, when he saw that Lissandra, he did his blue and ran away. And with that, the lead just goes on further and further and further in Warband's favor. Currently 13-6. There is, what, a 5k gold lead?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, she
Winter J
survives.
absolutely demolishing away at everyone's HP onto this mid lane. Ace in the hole is going to get that kill in the end.
Okay, so it's really interesting that the Hentai Haven bot lane would step up so far without a tier 1 tower, without so much vision. It's
Yeah.
You might be correct when you said legendary skin or ultimate skins means you lose the game. As we're seeing Hentai Haven, they're really behind in this game, and
Yeah, they are.
it's looking so grim for them at the moment.
I don't think there's any hope going out for them as that inhib goes down. The only hope in my eyes is this. You ready, Gubix?
Yeah,
It's
tell
a
me.
huge gamble that they have to take. But Oscar has to frontline everything, and he has to find at least 2 people in his unstoppable force. Pairing that up with Samvit's last breath. And then, the important part is that you have Beeg in the middle of it all using those shackles. You need a bunch of CC to make anything work against this absolute insane scaling team comp that Warband have brought out.
Yeah, so the dream wombo combo, they need to hit
Yeah.
it. Although, as you can see, Warband, the way are playing it, they're not grouping up much. They could just push the top side, as for push the bot side with the Camille. Camille is hitting some items at the moment. She probably cannot be contested on the side lane, and with that Baron buff. But as you can see, they're looking for the fight.
Oh, wow. Winterjet playing this one so aggressively. The ace in the hole is going to come down to Ranio, and Ranio is going to get taken out by Cal, but it does not matter. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Now Thibaut falling down as well. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Don't think it's the best, but it was the Lissandra that was taken out. Did she have a bounty? I don't remember, but if she did, then it was pretty well played. But
Yeah, I
she did.
think Warband is trying to finish the game at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be
they're
a
gonna
last
do
hold
it.
coming out of these 3, but this brings up a big opportunity because people are grouping up right now. Oscar is gonna try out that unstoppable force, and the last breath is gonna come out as well, but the ultimatum is gonna do so much work coming out for Warband, and that's just a clean game coming out of the red side team. Well played, GG's.
GG, we have a Sears on our hand. We have a 1-1 Sears. Warband, definitely a different team on this game.
Yeah.
Their bot lane, the cat relax on the Lux, did so much this game compared to the Soraka, which was fair to him. It was harder to play against the Hecarim Shin. But this game, you could see every time we had an engage, we had a fight, we had a Lux ulti that was hitting the target, Lux Qs. We had the Caitlyn doing as much damage as possible. The Lissandra definitely made Yasuo's life harder. He could not go on that backline without getting insta CCs, insta one-shotted. Even with the Dream Wombo combo, it did not matter. Warband were just too far ahead, and we're going into game 3.
Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah, we are, Gubix. I've kind of enjoyed the 2 games that I've seen so far, and honestly, from the looks of the first game, I didn't think that Warband would be able to come back from that one. Kind of their morale was, in my opinion, through the ground. There was a lot that didn't go right the first game. And sure, they lost it, but it was still close. And because of that, we can see that they've brought it up. They're ready. They're more than ever ready to actually have just a big derby here for game number 3. So maybe it's going to be a draft difference because we've seen kind of the draft being the most important factor in both of these games, weirdly enough, between Warband and Hentai Haven. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe the last draft here is going to decide the fate of the game, or
is it going to be the Udyr skin? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Which gonna decide the fate of this game? It's either way. We should have a banger of a third game.
Yeah,
that's a guaranteed. That's a guaranteed.
But so far, do you have a favorite? would you say that there is somebody that kind of caught your eye and was like, this guy?
So it might be biased, but since I know most, well, I've seen, not know, but I've seen most of Hentai Haven players play. I'm sure they have like so many weird picks that they just gonna pull off on that third game. They just gonna remember how we were confused in game one and we were confused in game two and we didn't know, we weren't sure.
We're gonna be confused in game 3.
We're gonna be confused in game 3, and that might be what picks up the third game for them, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you somehow manage to confuse the casters, not even the enemy team, 2 games in a row, if you do it the third time, then there's no real way that the enemy knows which lane you're going. So they have to play for kind of a how do you call them? For kind of picks that you can play in multiple lanes. Help me out,
Flex picks, yeah.
Flex picks. There you go.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. So you're gonna have to play more flex picks. I like OC's choice of the Trundle. It's kind of a comfort pick that's never banned away. But let's see if they remember to ban away the Hecarim. Because if they don't, this is an easy game for Hentai Haven, in my opinion.
Yeah. It seems that Warband have some really, I don't know if it's a coach or like the players just drafting are good, but whatever change they made with the Hecarim band, with snatching out the Lux on that red rotation, first rotation, these were some good changes, and it speaks value of their adaptation in series. However, what we need to see is that which side does Hentai Haven pick on the third game, and how will that affect Warband's adaptation?
Well, I don't really know. See, because it all depends on how the players are feeling in the moment, and it's weird to think about, right? It's also weird to think about, like, what are you gonna do? Okay, I'll give you some food for thought before we go into this quick 3-minute break. But actually, I'll just give it to you after, just to give you something to look forward to. So we're gonna go into a quick 3-minute break, and we're gonna come back into the game, into the draft, and we're gonna see what's up. So don't go anywhere.
previously, and now he's just back in that top lane playing Malphite versus Darius.
Yeah,
So the bot lane is definitely you could say similar to what we've been saying. Sure, it's not a Morgana Lux, but it's kind of the same idea. Double AP, high range, a lot of damage, scaling damage that is, which also provide a lot of CC for the jungler, Graves being. While on Warband, we just see some standard team comp that you would see quite a lot.
I am sad that none of these games have we seen even a slight attempt going in for something like an invade. They're playing this one very defensively. The 5-point defense is apparently what they're very used to, both of these teams. And they haven't played around with a thought of maybe we should just absolutely pressure everything. We should just put all our bets into the early game. Every
Yeah.
single draft that we've seen so far has been a late game scaling comp. And we kind of see them trying to play around it in a bit of a risky manner, I'd say. No, a very safe manner, not a risky manner.
Yeah. To be fair, the second game and the first game were really invadable games. Like you could invade on those games, but in this game, there isn't really much tools other than the Zyra for Hentai Haven and for Warband. I can't really see any invading tools. So
Yeah.
we have both junglers started on opposite side yet again. We will see no action probably early on for both junglers, just full clearing into a scuttle, and we should see how that goes from on. But this is definitely better for the Graves, as the Graves is really happy now. He just gonna full clear his camps probably faster than the Trundle, and just be a farmed up happy Graves.
I think Zyra is one of the only champions in this game who gets her power spike
Ooh.
at level 2. Because,
Flash.
yeah, the flash was used over there, and we'll get to that in a second. But as I was saying, I think Zyra is one of the only champions who gets her power spike at level 2 because she gets a lot of poke done with that E and with that Q. Especially when you have a brand ADC who can dish out insane amounts of poke damage if you come up with it. And look at that, yeah, already, you see? Caitlyn falls down to low HP, actually half HP, and as we're gonna go down in the top lane, a flash is already being forced out. So what does this mean for Beeg?
So from these two levels, we could see why Zyra was banned every game for Rhaenyra. They had every E. Every E
Yeah.
I've seen this the Zyra uses. It just hits on the okay.
That's
This
the
is
first
the
one
first.
it's missed.
That's the first caster curse I think I've ever had. So let's go. Okay, Gabe's coming in.
Wow, that's an engage coming out of Oscar. That's an amazing tool. Usage by Cat actually stunning away 2 people and perhaps letting Old Boy get away from this insane engage. No, he doesn't.
Oh.
He doesn't. And I think the double kill. No, not the double kill. But at least one kill is going to go on through. And Sam Vito's here as well. Is trying to pull off something, but is going to give away a kill in this absolute insane playing coming out of Oscar and Thibaut. Well done ganking that one. But Winter J has managed to pick up a kill for himself. Okay.
If this isn't a repetition of the first game, I don't know what is. We see Samvit on Vayne dying early on, so condition 1 achieved. We see Botlane dying early on, condition number 2 achieved. So this might be a repetition of the first game. Is this Darius? Oh my god, the bleed.
That was so well played, I didn't even know it was happening. I thought it was just a usual trade coming out of the top lane, but no. The E into himself and then the W was just enough to get Malphite dead. I'm surprised that he doesn't use up a corrupting potion. Maybe he used up all 3.
Yeah, that was definitely well played from Darius. And Darius now lost his flash and Graves doesn't seem to be interested. So Darius just gonna keep on piling on his lead, while the wave should be also pushing back to him. He's really in a comfortable position at the moment.
So if you look at the kill distribution over here, we already kind of see who the main carries are gonna be. What do you think against these 2 matchups? A fed Graves and Brand against a fed Darius and Lissandra? Who's gonna come out on top?
I definitely like that we have a Brand and the Graves being fit, because later on comes in team fights. All Brand has to do is just press R and laugh while he sees that
Oh wow,
fire
that's such
just
an aggressive
jumping
engage coming
left
in.
and
The
right.
Winter Jay flashing in as well, and then the Frozen Tomb is gonna be perfectly used over there to get the kill yet again onto Samvi. Samvi's falling down to 0 and 2. Oh, he's getting bullied again, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean it's for the win condition. Remember, Atro. Like the first game, he also died 2 times in lane. So we're still on that plan. We're still going strong for Hentai Haven at the moment.
Samvi is the Yasuo of Hentai Haven. He's just hitting his power spikes later on. And look at that
Exactly.
Zyra. Wow, the damage.
Oh, the poke. Yeah, definitely the Zyra ban was deserved in game 1 and 2, and maybe some would think that it should have been used in game 3 because this pressure that Hentai Haven have on the bot side of the map is just huge. This is a Caitlyn. You would think
Yeah.
Caitlyn is the one shoving you under tower, bullying you, but it's not. It's not what is happening. Caitlyn is under her tower, being poked by these two unconventional bot lane picks at the moment.
And it's also a 2-0 Lissandra. Like, she's just getting more and more fed. And here you go, Senior Coaster trying to take away Big. Big running away. He only needs movement speed. It's all good. Oh, actually, the Q slows him down a bit. I didn't actually
He have access
pick up
to
on
R.
that one.
He can just R out, right?
Oh, no. Can't anymore, but it looks like Tibbo's gonna come in for him. The Ghost is gonna be used by OC, and the ultimate's not gonna be enough. There he
Okay,
is. The W is gonna take him out, but Tibbo's gonna have to do
they're
this
coming.
2v1.
The cavalry is here.
The cavalry
Okay.
is there, and no kills have
Nah.
gone on through for the blue side. Wow, that was really well played by Warband.
Is Kate dead?
Oh,
Kate
boy.
is dead. Oh,
Oh my god.
how do you play versus this? My brain can't handle it. It can't.
Oh, and now they've got perfect pressure to go into this Drake. This is just
Yep.
so well thought out. It's 4v3, but it feels like already 20 minutes have passed.
Yeah, it's 8 minutes and we see the first dragon going for Hentai Haven and so much control on that bot side.
Yeah.
So much control. And you'd have to think, is this Darius? Is this top side of the map going to carry it? Are they
Well-
really capable of doing it, you know?
Who knows, right? Because we bumped up the kill lead from 1 to 2 on all of the carries that we talked about besides Graves, right? We've got 2-0 Darius, we've got 2-0 Lissandra, and 2-0 Brand. Now that Brand is going to be a scary, scary tool going into it later in the game, because if it picks up an Oblivion Orb, and oh, look at that, the Exhaust is going to come in as well. Finally, though, the Zillion has his ultimate and saving away Caitlyn. Is it going to be enough? Old boy is trying to get away, and it looks like Oscar is just going all the way in for it, but he doesn't have
survive.
enough mana to finish up the job. Thank God you picked up a Zillion here.
Yeah. But how worth is it? Because now he's ulti in cooldown and Hentai Haven bot lane could just catch the Caitlyn yet again with these Zyra E's that just never miss. They never miss.
They do never miss, but that Zillion ultimate comes in very fast, and OC is gonna get a bit played over here by Tibbo over here, finding a big shutdown and getting himself on over to 2-0. That was very smart coming out of Beeg. And oh. Apparently Oscar has a torn muscle, and he moves his arm and is now in pain crying, so... Oh, that's...
Unlucky for Oscar. It's probably the high intensive mechanics of Brand that has made him aggravate that pain.
That must be so tough playing with a torn muscle in your arm. Oh god.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he plays Brand, you know? You only have to press E and R, and everyone's dead, so...
Yeah, and
But
if you think, game 1 he also played... game 2 he played Malphite, and game 1 he played... What did he play versus OC Trundle?
I believe he played the Camille, right?
Oh, he played Camille? I don't think so, right? No.
No, OC was the one.
Yeah, OC played Camille game 2. Not Big, Oscar... Oh, he played Shen, right? He played Shen.
Yeah, he played Shen, there
Yeah.
you go.
Okay. Mm.
But
But
yeah, it's very tough to play League of Legends on painkillers. I would have to think so.
yeah, it's really difficult, especially if you have a torn muscle injury. It's definitely difficult. However, for Warband now, the game is looking just starting to look grim, because your win condition on the top side, being the Darius, just died and gave a shutdown to the graves of all champions in the map. Um, which is not great. Trundle wasn't there to counter gank for him and cover him, and this Malphite, the pressure on the Malphite will just ease just a bit. He will definitely be able to breathe a bit.
And also, think of it this way. He just picked up that Bramble Vest. Now, Darius isn't going to have that much utility now. There's not a lot of lifesteal that he can get out of that Q. So it's going to be pretty tough. But I do like the item optimizations coming in here. Everyone kind of opted in for boots, besides Sanveet, of course. And besides actually Graves, interestingly enough. I think the boots definitely would have helped a bit more than that serrated Dirk. But it's all good. A lot of people opted in for boots. And the first boots actually being completed here are one going to be on Cat Relax with that ability haste. It's perfectly thought out. And we're going to get back into the game.
But we can see the Kate, the optimization from the Kate is Hex Drinker versus these double AP champions.
Wow, that's so smart. I forgot Hex Drinker was an item. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Totally. I also did. I was like, what is this weird item? I hover and it's that's how Hex Drinker look like now. Interesting.
Did the game pause for just me? No,
it's the usual bug. Yeah.
That is so much farm coming out for Lissandra there. Wow.
She's happy, 10 farm ahead. And now going back to that mid lane. Although she's taken the Sumerian path back to mid lane. I think.
Oh my god, is that gonna be enough to kill away Cat Relax? He has the ultimate if need be, but
I think
no, it's fine.
Should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. All right.
We kind of gave a lot of props on. Oh, actually, the ultimate's gonna come in from Caitlyn. This Zyra is insane. The Strangle Thorns being used over there. But I did want to mention that the kill didn't go on through for Old Boy, so he's still low HP. But we kind of gave a bunch of props on over to Ranio for picking up this Zyra and being absolutely insane with it, gaining most ease. But we didn't mention Cat on this Zillion. Like, he has hit a lot of good Qs, a lot of good stuns that most people playing Zillion couldn't hit. Right?
True. He's definitely playing the champion well. It's just so hard to highlight when you're always on the back feed of it, you know? It's like you're just seeing Ryan hitting all of these abilities and then, oh, is this a dive? Are we seeing a dive here?
So aggressive on it. He doesn't even care that there's a turret over there. He's gonna wait out for these bombs to go out, and now Oscar, is he gonna leave away the kill? No, but Thibaut's gonna force out a heal, and now on their turret, Senior Coaster is gonna find a nice little shutdown onto this Graves.
Okay. Okay, so Oscar we have we have a bit of a hot pursuit going on here.
Can he at least get one kill before he dies? He's gonna try it. The ultimate is gonna come on through. And it's not gonna be enough.
Not quite enough.
It was a Dark Harvest stack though, so.
Yeah. Worth question mark maybe. As you can see, this matchup now. Oh, see the Darius cannot heal with that Q. Oh my God, the Darius just getting smacked right now.
Exactly.
And just think what happened. Darius was in the lead the whole time. One gank from Graves, and now Darius, his laning is just. It's so difficult to play.
Yeah, because Darius needs a constant amount of pressure that he has to mount up on that lane if he wants to actually be successful. And the moment he died, that was the moment when Malphite was able to pick up that Bramble Vest, now optimizing in for those ninja tabbies as well. There's going to be no damage coming in onto Beeg, so he's just going to have a pretty free lane against this Darius. The well-played Herald as well down into mid, and it's going to be a bit of an ARAM situation going in with the Unstoppable Force down into the turret. Beeg just does not care. 3 turret shots. He only needs 2 more to die here, and it's going to be a tough 1v1 situation as we're setting up for this Drake. I think things are going to get a bit heated. in just a second over here. Let's see how they're gonna play around with this vision, because look at that. The ward was the perfect placed over there for their demise. It looks like Pentahaven are gonna go down over here to subjugate onto Samvid as well. Senior Coach Sir is trying to set something up, and I think it's gonna be an attempted bailout coming out. The ace in the hole as well onto Samvid. And oh my god, yet again Winter J with these engages, the E's and the W's is hitting every single thing. And I think in this 4v3, they're not going to take the chance to go in for the stealing of this Drake. Instead, Brandon was very close.
Yeah, that
very
was
close.
You could see Winter J is really playing the Lissandra super well to its abilities. He keep catching champion after champion, and you could see the CC potential out of Warband team comp with Lissandra into the Zillion. Double bombs, it's just huge. Like once they catch one champion, and especially a Graves versus before a Dragon, then it doesn't matter how many numbers you have. It doesn't matter how far you ahead or how behind you are. They're just gonna take that objective.
And I think yet again we're gonna be seeing a one-shot potential with that exhaust coming out of Oscar and Rainio. But there's not gonna be any CC. Oh, excuse me, I just punched you guys. There's not gonna be any CC coming out of them yet. So I guess old boy lives to see another day, but is that day going to be long? I don't know, because there is a table over there, and we have seen some nasty tower dives coming out of these two.
They just kind of cleared that vision to psychologically terrorize the Warband bot lane. It's like you're under your tower. There could be a Graves everywhere, you know?
They're already psychologically terrorized, man. Did you see the last two games in the bot side?
Yeah, the dives and everything. Definitely is a hard game for that Warband bot lane. But the Graves is hidden topside, and Trundle is looking at his second Herald at the moment.
Yeah, he's absolutely been on point with his objectives. He's only lost one he's only lost one on that Hextech Drake, but it's all good. Hitting minute 15 though. Let's do a roundup check. Let's see what's actually the state of the game, as Brian is going to pick up this Leandries. So walk us through who are kind of the carries, who are the people to look out for. He already had a blue, it's all good.
Alright, so definitely this lane will be easier for Darius once he gets his mythic. I believe it's probably coming soon. For Lissandra is really huge right now. She can probably one-shot one of these squashes, talking about the bot lane and the mid lane. We have Herald here.
Look at this engage coming out. The unstoppable onslaught, perfect onto these two. And right now, Trundle's trying to get away. OC does not have any hope to actually get away from this Graves. The turret has gone out, so I guess you could call it worth it, as Lissandra's going to come in from the river. They're not going to take up this engage anyways, but...
I believe no one caught up that first tower gold. That's unfortunate for Warband. They got... What is happening?
Sandra, oh my god, he's playing this one so aggressively. Winter J, the CC is there, the ultimate as well, the Frozen Tomb was perfect for the double kill onto the Trundle. That's a 5-0 Trundle with a Divine Thunderer, and that's just scary. Plain simple scary.
Winter J and Senior Coach are just picking up their teammates on their back and saying, we will win this game.
Let's go
we
for
want
a ride.
to win this game. Yeah, let's win this game. They're carrying so much at the moment. The question is that is that enough though? Is that enough against this atrocious bot lane of Haven, the brand, the desire of consistent damage? When we start seeing these team fights coming in,
it's tough to see, right? Because in a 1v1 scenario, Malphite definitely had an advantage going down there in the mid game, right? As you started up the mid game, you kind of saw him prioritize some different items, and that kind of took him away. He doesn't have a mythic now, as everyone else is hitting theirs. The Stridebreaker is there for OC, but he's 0-3, right? It's just sad to see that his power spike that we were so looking forward to as a core member of the team now is just kind of down in the dumps. We're not looking at him as much as before, and Darius can now just roam around as he's still struggling to get that first tower.
It's because, okay, there's a skirmish going on. All right, it's because he was versus Darius, right? So he had to do a little bit of, let's just call it component gaming, you know? He had to get that tier, he had to get that Brumble vest, the tabbies, before he could actually goes and start building his mythic. Although the big objective we should be looking at is that the dragon, which is coming up in 18 seconds, and the Malphite does have ulti, does have TP. Darius is kind of stuck on that bot lane, on that
How
top
did
lane.
Ranio miss those 2 CCs? The Frozen Tomb going down into Winter J, and I think we're going to be seeing
Malphite
a
is
4v4.
here.
Actually, a 5v4 coming out here. The Unstoppable Force is going to miss
Oh, the
away.
flash.
Yet again, Winter J just flashing from that
Oh, the
ultimate.
CC!
Oh, the CC is huge, and the shutdown is going to come on through for Brand right here. 3-on-1 Brand is going to do his magic. As Senior Coach is trying to get away, he's going to be exhausted away. The ace in the hole is not going to hit its mark, and now the flash is going to come in yet again. As the ultimate is gonna come in for. Oh, why did you use that heal?
What, he
no,
used heal?
Cat used up the heal and blocked away the res from Old Boy. He would have had so much more heals, and now they're setting themselves up for a turret dive. This is horrible.
And you have to
from
think,
Warband.
are they going to lose this tower because of the heal that Cat
They
just
are.
used? And
They
the
are
answer
in not
is
only the
yes.
tower, but also 3 kills and the topside turret and the Drake. Oh god, this is a turnaround that is not
That
good.
was huge for Hentai Haven. Hentai Haven got a lot of kills there, and Dragon and the dragon that is stacks, right? The Infernal. Meanwhile, what Warband got is just a tower, but tier 1 no, tier 1 was already down, so technically all they had were just some farm on the Darius.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they've lost their leads, right? There's no more bounties on Trundle, on Lissandra. Everyone is just hitting their power spikes now because certainly you've lost a very important team fight over there, Warband.
Yeah, definitely. It might looks like in the gold that Hentai Haven are up just like 300, 400 gold, but I can assure you, the Sandra going in.
Yeah, Winter J is trying to just style onto Rainy over here, and that's exactly what he's gonna do. But is he gonna
He's
fall?
gonna
The
pay
stopwatch
for
is
it.
perfect. Wait,
Yeah,
wait for
he's
it.
paying
There
for
you
it.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it might look like that the gold lead is not that big, but it's definitely so big.
Huge.
The bot lane for Warband are really behind in this game. This Caitlyn, we're around like the last part, maybe the mid game at the moment, and this Caitlyn is not gonna have influence whatsoever in the near future. It's all on that Winter J, and you can see Winter J is going for a plays. It's because he's trying to carry at the moment.
Yeah, but he's only 3-2. It's not like he's 5-0, 5-1 as senior coaches, so he can't really play this one alone as he did there in that 2v1.
Yeah.
Also, something that I do want to point out is there's a lot of gold going down for Brand, but Zyra doesn't even have her first mythic yet, and she's already having so much utility shown over here, right? She doesn't need those items. She doesn't really need to actually build into anything because the utility in her kit is just enough right here. If she hits those constant E's, the moment she builds Leandries, she's just gonna have sustainable constant damage going into the back line or even the front line of Warband, which is gonna be absolutely huge and gonna allow Oscar and Thibaut to just continue on doing their thing.
And the only Amara item, so see, Hentai Haven, they have a lot of AP damage coming from their bot lane and some from their top laner. And the only Amara items we're seeing at the moment are being the Hex Drinker for Kate. We have 3 Mercs on the top side of Warband, and they're completely countered these items by the Sarks, which the Hentai Haven bot lane have. So they're pretty much dealing almost or actually dealing true damage to these carries. This bot lane is just gonna be unstoppable.
Yeah. And it's absolutely insane to think that there was such a big lead coming in here for Warband, right? And now we're seeing not even an even game because the carries for each team have just absolutely shown themselves to do all the work that they need. Rennie was going to miss away that E, and it looks like the stopwatch is going to be forced away by Winter J yet again. The stopwatch, oh, actually, no, the ultimate coming in from Ranio is going to be used up, and still Winter Jay is going to fall down there. Now the ace in the hole is going to be used there to no blight, because it looks like Tibbo is going to throw away Caitlyn under the tower. Ranio is going to
Shutdown
pick
for
up here.
Trundle.
Yeah, but
Darius coming in from river.
I don't think he's
Okay.
going to do a lot, though. Samvi is playing up this one a bit too far forwards, and he's all alone here.
Okay, so you'd have to think at the moment, is Winter Jay trying too much, or is he, not in
Being
the
too
best?
aggressive.
Too aggressive, yeah. Is he desperate to make a play at the moment? Because we saw Winter Jay so far 2 times in a row get almost a good engage on the double bot lane of Hintai Haven, but he doesn't have that support. He doesn't have the Trundle around him. The Caitlyn and the Zillion are not really in position to do anything.
I
And
also, yeah. Sorry.
it's looking really desperate from Winter Jay at the moment. It's uncharacteristic of him. Maybe it's that third game pressure creeping
Yeah.
on him. You'd have to
It might be. It might actually be because you have to put all your eggs in a basket, because this is the game that you have to look out for, and this is the team fight that is going to decide the course of the game here. For this Drake. Gonna come in here yet again. Winter Jay is gonna ever
Drake's
only
down.
3 people. The ace in the hole is gonna get the kill onto Samfeed, and it looks like finally OC is starting to get back into the things of into the way of things, as senior coach sir is trying to get this kill onto yet again the Zyra, and I think the brand as well. Old boy, can you get away? No, you're gonna force out that flash from Beeg, and Beeg is gonna fall away definitely out here. But Warband took it back. I'm amazed to actually
Speed?
present to you that OC actually managed to play a big part into that fight.
Winter Jay kept on trying one time, a second time, and the third time was the champ. He had the perfect engage on the targets that you want, and he bought so much time for his Trundle, for his Darius to do as much damage as possible for that backline. And Vayne died with ulti. She couldn't do anything there. She would just CC after CC after CC. She probably did almost 0 damage in that fight. That was really well played by Winter Jay.
Let me remind you, it wasn't only Winter Jay, because senior coach sir there came in, he was ready to do the Drake, but then suddenly, from 5-1, he's now 8-1, right? He's an absolute force to be reckoned with, and I want to say this beforehand, I loved the optimization from Caitlyn going into the Hex Drinker, but she didn't follow up through it. Now she built up the Gale Force, which I don't really enjoy onto Caitlyn, because there are things that you can go much better. You could have gone Lethality Caitlyn and could have saved this whole game. Also, Zillion path optimization, not the best. I don't think Locket is definitely the item to go on a Zillion. Maybe something like an Everstone, or whatever that item was called, that bumped up.
Or you would have to think the Shirelia. If you can provide that movement speed, the gap closer for your melee champions, the Darius, the Trundle, the Lissandra. I mean, Lissandra doesn't really need it really, but like those two champions really need that to get to gap close toward the backline. But it seems Locket it is, and we have a setup around Baron. It's kind of too early, and Warband damage toward Baron is not really the best.
Oh, look at that
moment.
steal coming out of Tibbo, but he might trade away his life for it. Now the engage is going to go in Tibbo's 1 HP, and he's actually going to get away with the heal from Ranio, as OC is trying to get in there into things and get that kill onto the enemy jungler. Now it's a 1-for-1 trade, and it's still a 4v4. We're looking at Trundle trying to be the man of the game here, as Cat is going to have to play around him. People, I think we're going to get a fight and a half if they're actually going to take it, but instead, no. They're doing the smart thing. Warband are regrouping, coming back up, because they've lost their main tank.
Yeah. Okay, so we just had a top laner for our jungler. Graves didn't really want to give up that blue buff.
Instead, he gave up his life for it.
Yeah. I mean... Good buy. Okay, they're engaging on Oscar.
Poor Oscar over there. He didn't do anything about that one. Ace in the hole yet again slows down Samvi just a bit for the W from Winter Jay to actually hit its mark and get that kill. Oh god, Warband are just going on and on and on.
No, Darius, don't go bot side. Go with your team. Yes, nice. Okay, we see Baron being started now by Warband.
Yeah, I believe that Trundle can do it all by himself. He picked up that Spirit Visage, so...
That's almost a repetition of game 2, right? Warband got a really good pick on like mid game on like 30 minutes.
Oh my god, Winter J, how do you ever E into that one? You get yourself killed, and now the ultimate from Cat is gonna miss its mark, go down into Senior, and Senior is trying to fight a 2v1 while Beeg is doing the rest by himself, stealing away so much time and pressure from that Baron. You're gonna have to restart it, but you're not even gonna be able to do that. That was a good alleviance coming in from Hentai Haven to actually block away this Baron push.
Yeah, definitely Winter J, balls are made of ice. This man is not scared. He will take any engage he can take, and he will not back down. This man is a borderline psychopath at the moment.
Yeah, true. Couldn't have put it better into myself.
Yeah. Just quick check. What time are you on? Because I think we're a little bit off.
28, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Okay. All right, perfect.
Yeah, no. I think from what we've seen so far, the one that has been most disappointing, and I don't want like to bring it up too much, but it is gonna have to be yet again Samvit, right? Beeg has kind of redemption himself into the sort of way that he's building up into tank items, and now currently he is kind of getting those assists. He's playing up his role of being the front line and kind of taking away pressure from the rest of the team, right? You saw him pulling away the pressure of 3 people, letting Senior do whatever he wanted into that back line. Whereas Samvit is just always dying first. Sure, he has he is close to the best CS in the game, not far behind of Tibbo, but there's just not enough of him doing it right here, and it's gonna be a 5v5 fight yet again. Desire is gonna have a bunch of work to do here, and it looks like that's exactly what she's doing. The first one to fall is gonna be Beeg, going down into that front line. He's gonna be all by himself though, so that's gonna be pretty tough as the redemption is gonna come in. Not the redemption, but the chrono shift is gonna come in.
Oh, the side is dead.
Oh, for Trundle, I was about to say that's a double kill coming out of the
2.
Okay,
so it's still they could re-engage if they want. Maybe Tibbo will look for a steal at the moment. E-steal and
it is the 2 carries coming out here from Hentai Haven, so they could pull it off right here. Tibbo's waiting for it, and let's go, Tibbo! Stealing that away and getting the kill as well. Maybe onto Winter J. No, you're gonna get yourself taken away, but it's all good. He stole away the Drake, and he's setting himself up for Drake's Soul, which is yet again gonna be infernal.
Yeah, definitely well played by Tibbo. His team in the soul point, and I don't think Warband could actually pressure Baron at the moment. So they won the team fight, but they lost the war at the moment.
Yeah, kind of, but I do have to say, there is a clear difference. I don't like to say, I don't like to bring it up, but we've been kind of hyping up Ranio so much that we're not looking at the true support difference here. Cat, level 14, 2-13, and is up 60 vision score. Like, he has absolutely focused down on his support role and was like, okay, I'm not here to do damage. I'm here to support my team. That's the name of my role, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. He saved away with Chrono Shift at least 3 people, and so far, I like what I'm seeing, but we are reaching late game levels, minute 31, and this game 3 is still up in the clouds. Who do you think is going to take it? Because there is still hope. There is still a lot of hope here for Hentai Haven.
Is Darius okay? All right, Darius is okay. So definitely Harani after the laning phase, the presence of that support is not. It's not as much as Zillion. Like, Zillion speeding and given that revive, the second chance for that Trundle is being huge. We can see that Trundle is 11-1-8. And big part of that has to be, disengage.
12-1-8 now, actually. Winter J got that kill, and it looks like Senior is going to fall down. Chrono Shift are just too far away to actually hit him this time.
You'd have to think.
Beeg going into it mega hard over here.
I think OC just dies here.
Do you think so? He has the ghost. He can get away.
He has the ghost, but Malphite is okay. All right, Malphite cannot keep up.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, unfortunate in that team fight around the Baron. You'd think if Trundle had that Zillion ulti on him, he definitely would have been able to keep on fighting, but yeah, he was just too far for that Zillion. Although there is still a second chance. You can see Warband definitely knows how they want to approach these team fights, and they just keep doing it time after time.
Yeah, they're letting their carries do the work, and people like X7, people like Cat, people like OC even are playing more in the back, trying to play around each other and let the good people do their work. Let Winter J come up with that engage. Let Senior go into the back line and absolutely wreak havoc along with the subjugate, because I think he's hit every single subjugate on Graves every chance he's gotten. And that's a good play because you're getting a lot of attack damage from him and you're getting a lot of armor and MR going into it because he is building that Black Cleaver, he is building up those MR boots. So you're just doing the right things, focusing and prioritizing the people that you should. And I think that's a big difference here for game number 2 and 3 that Warband have shown. They're kind of more together in a sort of the sense that they know who to focus. And look at that, you know? Senior coach doesn't even care about CS anymore because he has better things to look at.
We have an interesting pickup by the Lissandra. Lissandra decided to pick. Quinter J decided to take Horizon Focus, the item, which I could say it's definitely not on the popular side of the
I don't
API.
think it's on the smartest side either, in my opinion at least, because he's the one doing all these engages, right? He's always in the front line. He's not really using up that range, so maybe the E is gonna be able to do a bit more damage, but
yeah, it's about CCing because also CCing can activate this item. So with the W with the ulti, but you'd have to think: is it really worth the value that it provides? Wouldn't a Rabadon be a better purchase, or maybe a Void Staff to just one shot a carry with these items?
I don't think.
However,
No, I think this is smart, right? You know why I think this is smart? Because this increases the damage taken from you by 10%, and he's doing a lot of AoE damage. That stun technically only does it only immobilizes one player, but it slows everyone else. So if this Horizon Focus triggers onto slow as well, then it's a really good pickup. If not, then it's questionable, but it's not the worst.
it does trigger on slow.
Okay, yeah, so that's great. That's
also
great
the W is AoE snare, right? So root, I mean. So yeah, it probably makes sense. Okay, both teams are setting up.
The Drake, yeah.
We're just doing that Mexican standoff competition.
Yeah, as we're gonna Beak is
Graves
preparing here. It looks like Graves is gonna take the last soul and gonna have an Infernal to work with, and that, my friends, I believe, in my opinion, is gonna be game if OC doesn't go down here, but he does, and everyone else follows after. Hentai Haven, I must say, GG.
The turnaround. Again, Hentai Haven got the dragon, but they just keep on losing the war. They kept losing the team fights because of how huge this Trundle, with the utility that he have from the Zillion, the ulti, the movement speed. No one can escape this Trundle. It's like being the Hecarim from game 1.
Yeah, definitely, and it's also interesting to point out that he went for a more tanky build. He already has all the damage that he needs, right?
Are they going to finish?
I think so. He built up with the gargoyles, and look at that. No, Zyra can't do anything. Literally nothing under towers. Being absolutely taken away, and I think that's GG, my friend.
Ulti.
Wow.
Warband won.
Wow. This was a game and a half, literally 40 minutes, almost 37 minutes of just constant chaos, action, and just all around excitement. I loved it. I thought it was great. GG's to both teams.
That was a banger. When we said third game was going to be a banger, it was a banger. It was Hentai Haven being on the driver's seat of most of this game. However, in each team fight, when this Trundle got that utility from the Zillion, he was unkillable. He ultis the Malphite, gets that insane armor and stat that no one can kill him, and he just keeps running those immobile carries. The Brand, the Zyra, 0711 on that Rani. You would have to think after laning phase, what did this support champion really did offer for Hentai Haven? And again, you would have to question the Vayne pick. Was it really necessary? Was that really the best pick into the team comp that we had? And I can't help but to say it definitely better picks could have been picked here.
Yeah, maybe it was a draft difference. Who knows? But I'm gonna give you a bit of a hefty task over here, Gubix, and that's gonna be: can
Oh,
you
boy.
give me an MVP? Like your own MVP. Who do you think performed the best out of here? Because there's a lot of people that we can point our eyes to. And speaking of MVPs, we're gonna have an interview with one of the Warband players in just a few seconds. But let's just hear your answer. What do you think?
Okay, I think the MVP definitely should be a senior coach. Given, and it's only because in the first game he was outclassed so much by Tibu, right? Tibu
Right.
had insane stats, and as a jungler, like there is a mental game between the junglers, always is, because it's more of a mental role than it is in like a mechanical role or something. It's about how confident and how do you feel about your own pathing and your own ganks, and you could see that senior, even after the first game, he still. Um, he still believed in himself, and he was going for a lot of ganks that carried
Yeah.
sorry, game 2, and in game 3 he was the actual carry who carried the game, of course, alongside his teammates which set him up. Let's not just forget his team which actually elevated him to become that MVP that we have, in my opinion, at the moment. The Zillion, the CC from the Lissandra definitely put him up there
Yeah.
for me.
I
What
definitely
about you,
have
Acho?
I definitely have to say that I agree with you. I'm a bit of a supporter, though. I play support myself, and I think that both of these supports did amazing to actually help out their respective teams in each and every single one of these games. But I do have to agree with you. Senior coach just played it really, really well. And let's see what his teammate has to say as we're going to be dragging in Fate to be up with us. Hello.
Hello, how we doing?
Perfect.
Hello,
I love to
Fate.
see you guys play. Fate, you were playing as who?
So I was the jungler. I was senior
Oh,
Oh,
coach.
you are senior coach.
Yeah, I'm
the
senior
Hats
MVP.
coach.
to you. Hats off to you, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you were given the MVP by us, the power of the casters.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well done.
Yeah, you absolutely came on through for game 2 and 3, and we didn't think you would do it after that absolute roll on Hecarim into the first game, right? There's just a
Yeah,
there's
that
just a
first
kind of
game was difficult to say the
yeah.
least. I mean, I'd put the last week into Hecarim hoping to pull a ban, knowing that he played it and was hoping to sort of, I've got like 80% in solo queue hoping to pull the ban, but didn't get it. We didn't think it was going to be as much of an issue. We thought I was going to play Trundle. And I ended up flexing to the Seju. So it was just one of those ones that I think we got outdrafted, and there's nothing against Niall who did our drafts. I probably should have called to keep the Trundle, but yeah, that first game was just painful. But I know that if I can get on Trundle and have the support of the team behind me, you can usually do so much, especially with that Lissandra. The Lissandra just gives you absolutely everything you need to set up the place.
Oh yeah, speaking of the Lissandra, I'm presuming Winter J was kind of one of the main forces to kind of guide you guys along every team fight. He was the one engaging all the time. If it weren't for you, maybe in game 1 and 2, when you were playing up that Sejuani and Trundle, he was the one always going in first. He was the one engaging onto most of these fights. So was he kind of the in-game leader for you guys, or did you guys just do your own stuff, and when it came to a team fight, you basically had to just give the reins to whoever took it?
So usually I'm in-game leader. Usually I'll be calling it, but if he sees the engage, he knows to pull the trigger, and he will shout for the first target. And he'll be on it. He'll always ask, "Can we go? Can we go?" And he's just in straight away. There's never really a hesitation. So usually it's me, but as I said, he will pull the reins if he needs to and steer it however he needs.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
amazing. Good.
And I want to ask you about how was the atmosphere after game one, because you guys, so someone would expect with that role that happened in the first game, sorry to call it that,
No, I was
like the mental of the other team would be affected, and will they really look at how to win the game, or will they just look at each other mistakes? And how did you guys think about it, and how did you pull yourself together, let's just say?
I mean, most of us have experience in teams before, so we know that one game doesn't make the match. We're fairly mentally resilient. I mean, I'm probably the one that tilts the easiest. As you said, the jungle role is far more of a mental role than it is anything else. The team will say, I'm the first one to tilt, but I either tilt silently or I don't let it affect gameplay. So game one, we all had a bit of a sulk for about a minute. Niall told us to shut up and pull ourselves together, and we just get on with the next game. We knew what needed to be changed. We knew that Hecarim needed the ban. We took away other comforts to try and get us in a better position in draft, and I think we won that one through draft, and then just the performance in game two.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, an interesting point to kind of give out for people that aren't used to professional play or aren't used to actually being in a team. It's very different whenever you guys are actually playing to when we cast. Who was actually the MVP in your guys' eyes? Who do you think did the most? Maybe under the scenes, maybe with callouts, maybe with just playing up supportively, because I saw that Zillion in game 3 absolutely bumping you up and kind of trying to save you each and every time. Too bad he couldn't pull out the flash that one time with the chrono shift.
I know.
But still.
It's really got to go to Old Boy. I mean, he'll love me for saying this, but it is true. He's the one that, I mean, he's the one that manages the team. He's the one that keeps our mental in check. He's the one that makes sure everything's arranged. So much more than just the gameplay itself. He usually ends up getting sort of not even sat on, but he gets either bullied bot or gets put in a bad situation so that the rest of the map always does well. So I mean, it's got to go to Old Boy for the entire tournament. He's had a couple of pop-off games, and the rest of the games he's just sat there being like mentally strong, keeping us all together, not letting us all tilt and just attack each other. So MVP has to go to him for the entire tournament.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. Given that bot lane and the way you speak about him and how the bot lane was played in all of the series, is he like a monk or something?
Yeah, he takes a real beating on a day-to-day basis and just gets up and carries on. He'll happily go like 0-4 one item against like a 3-item Morgana and just carry on going. He just doesn't let it affect him because he knows that if he's gone weak side, he's put so much work and attention into mid jungle, and we can usually carry through there. So he doesn't mind taking the beat. I mean, I know he'd rather be 12-0 every game, and he's in chat at the moment saying how he's been broken by Hentai's double mage, and you've got to give props to them. They really did a good job of keeping our bot down. But I think he's just so mentally stable that he just keeps going throughout anything.
One last question from me though. When you guys kind of saw those picks, you guys didn't really know what to expect because they even fooled us. We didn't know what positions those champions were going. Every single time we were like, well, this Graves could go ADC for all we know. It's Hentai Haven, right?
Sure.
So how did you guys kind of take it for drafts?
So draft was one that we had an inkling, and we've seen them in pretty much all of their other games play the double mage bot lane. We didn't know what a Vayne mid would really be like or what it would do because obviously none of us have really played against it, but we expected the double mage bot lane and just took it from there. The rest of the picks sort of fall into place. So I mean, we had the counters, the Yasuo in game 2 we knew to lock it down with Lissandra. Game 3 we assumed the same with the Lissandra against the Vayne. So yeah. Once you read the double mages, I think it all falls into place a bit easier, and we were able to do it. I mean, the third game wasn't a roll by any stretch of imagination. It was a tough one, but I think we knew what was coming and knew what to expect.
I think there was like that one team fight that definitely pulled it out for you guys, and it was just a roll after that. But until then,
Yeah.
sure, it was a pretty close game. I do have to say,
Absolutely.
I absolutely love to watch you guys play. I can't wait to see even more games out of you. I'll be sure to watch it even if I'm not casting it.
Yeah,
You guys
garlic
are
bread
a
in 2
great team to see.
weeks. We get the
Yeah.
rematch against garlic bread in 2 weeks, and then hopefully the finals after that.
All
Yeah.
right. So going into completing the playoffs, which team are you? I wouldn't say afraid, but like you think has the is the best team out there? Because
I mean,
your play is definitely clean. You're a team who seems to know what they're doing and how to win games. So if you're afraid of a team, a certain team, then that is a really good team, right?
yeah, absolutely. I think going 7-0 and then winning tonight, we're not necessarily afraid of anyone. We were really looking forward to playing against VNM, so I hope VNM do the rest of the job, get through to the grand finals. Hopefully, if we do too, to face off in one grand final 5. I think garlic bread. The fact that we are facing them next week, whilst we've beaten them once before, we were kind of expecting in the nice possible way VNM to win, and for it to be us versus VNM. So I think GBM and VNM are probably our two biggest, not necessarily threats, but the people we're most hyped to play in the coming weeks.
Yeah, well, I'm just hyped to see you guys play again. GG's to both teams, and especially thank you for joining up here and providing some intel onto what kind of went down these 3 games. Absolutely love seeing you guys play. Say that everyone in, I must say that everyone in your team played amazingly. Props
Yeah,
to
they
you
did,
guys.
absolutely.
And yeah, I just can't wait to see you guys more in Division 3 and see you on over to the grand finals.
Yes, yeah, here's hoping. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming in. Gubix, if you have any last words.
No, congratulations, and we'll definitely be looking forward to see you play again.
Absolutely.
Well, that was kind of it for us, guys. Thank you so much for watching the Valence League. After these 3 amazing games that you've witnessed, definitely be sure to stick around for tomorrow's, or I think this week's games anyways. There's going to be a lot more of them to watch, to look forward to, either Division 2 or Division 1, over onto the main channel or this one. Thank you so much for watching us. Thank you so much for sticking around, joining and chatting all around with us. But until the next time, it's been your play-by-play caster, Atro, with me, Gubix. And I think we'll just leave it up to you guys. So, yeah, until next time. Bye bye.
Good luck.